Oh, shit. Hello?
Hello, fellows.
Hello.
What was I missing?
Talk about laughs and whatnot.
Labs.
Lav mics?
Seth was saying that he doesn't know if it's my asthma that brought it on or what, but oftentimes now I just laugh with like a wheeze, so I'm just like, and you can hear it on the podcast a lot.
I love it.
But then I was telling that sometimes I have a really forced laugh, or if I know something super funny and I know that I need to laugh, I'll just go, ha!
Yeah. Sometimes I just go,
I get a lot of those. I always think I'm not funny because I hear that. Oh, no. I didn't do well.
That's the other thing is I know if I really am laughing, it's that I just did that. And you can see rapid peaks on the microphone. It's the same with Alex. Alex's laughs are, you pick hers up like crazy on the microphone.
Oh, yeah? Just like a block of sound?
No, hers are rapid peaks as well. Kelly's are just a block.
Can you guys see my face right now?
No.
Nah, man.
Okay, hold on. I gotta upload my notes to Videodrome.
Why didn't we just sit like this?
Like this?
Look at my thigh on the camera right now.
That's a good question.
Question?
May I ask you a question?
Did you guys like it? Long live the new flesh, of course.
Long live the new flesh.
Well, I guess don't tell me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck?
I did the same thing. Last week, I texted him about Spirited Away, and I was like, did you like it? It was like Saturday. I was like, I'll just ask you tomorrow. It'll be fine.
Jinjo, get out of here. Fucking God.
Seth,
I got my multiple liquids over here, and he is going for all of them.
Causing a wreck.
Coffee. He wants my tears. He wants my drink of water.
Yeah, Pam loves drinking my water and tears.
Seth, what do you think about Victor Wembanyama?
I think he's going to be great for like 5 years.
And then he's going to get hurt or something?
Yeah, his knees are going to implode. But until
I think
then...
Seth hates all skinny players because he's a skinny guy like me himself.
What?
That's
bodyist. Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama.
I don't hate either
and
of them.
Bol.
I just don't have any faith in the longevity of their careers.
What do you think about Scoot Henderson?
I don't know anything about Scoot Henderson.
Oh, he's going to be the number 2 pick.
Unless Wembanyama dies.
Yeah. And neither of them went to college.
I love Scotty Barnes, and he's skinny.
No, he's not skinny like Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren are.
Okay, nobody's skinny like those two are. Nobody's skinny that's playing basketball professionally.
Or Pokuševski.
Poku.
Or Bol. All those guys are just like...
Is that the skinny posture?
Yeah. It's just like they're frail.
Shaking. They're like thin wheats.
Okay.
Wheat thins.
Yeah, what the fuck? They're like thin wheats.
Don't add.
Wait, let me do a
Lucas is
test.
Popping off.
Oh yeah, we haven't even pulled up our shit. Pop off, son.
Lucas popped off with that cough.
Pop cough.
Popped up.
Are you laughing at pop cough now?
Yeah, and I tried to follow it up with drop top, but it said pop top instead.
We need this.
That sounds bad.
To go further back.
Raindrop. Flop cop.
This is a test. This is an audio test. Lucas is here. He's situated. He's calm. He's aware. What's up? Okay, he's
lucid. This is a journey. What the hell?
I'm gonna take off my hoodie though, because I can already sense a little bit of temperature internally rising.
He's so aroused.
I just wish on Skype. Oh my god,
his headphones are.
Yeah, they're right next. That our video would be like wide version and not side by side like this, because whenever I post it, you can barely see us. So we have to sit so close together.
Yeah. Well, this time I have to because my cord's banging on the mic anyways.
Well, I'm trying to move it back so we can get more of us in there.
Audio test.
I should have shaved. I have too much of a mustache.
That's my most facial hair I ever have is on Sundays because I shave Mondays and Thursdays. So there's 2 days in between Monday, Thursday, but Thursday to Sunday, Monday, there's 3 days. So this is as much as I ever let it go, really.
I just kind of shave when I feel like it.
And then you freak it.
And I freaked it.
I'll move that closer to you a bit.
Because I'm so quiet.
Well, yeah, you are usually pretty quiet.
Hey.
What's the... I have,
Raynaud's disease.
Yeah, that too.
HIPAA breach. We just released your personal health information. Seth has Raynaud's disease, anxiety.
Not a confirmed diagnosis on either of those, but probably
depression.
That one was confirmed.
Oh, okay.
And severe OCD.
I've confirmed anxiety. Yeah.
Sucks.
I have asthma. Confirmed.
All the same.
we are the same. We are
My
one.
cat is prescribed to me.
Your cat is prescribed to you?
Yeah.
So is my sister's cat. That's awesome.
Jinjo's
you guys
a service?
are like twins.
He's emotional support.
That's what
by my counselor.
That's what liver is for Devin too.
Good cats.
Cats with jobs. All right, we ready? How do we start this bitch? And can you guys move your camera up just a tiny bit? I can't see your face size. There we go.
Just all dick and
beautiful.
Balls.
Just too much dick and balls.
I wore my tight pants today. And I said that earlier during the movie.
I had an idea for how we start this. Okay.
All right, let's go for it.
You did have an idea.
Follow your lead.
Mm-hmm.
We're following your lead.
Yeah.
I don't remember the idea. I just remember it was kind of good.
We'll just go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
He's gonna be a vampire again.
I'm not gonna be a vampire again.
Following Brandon's
Videodrome. Oh.
That bit would get out of hand too quickly. All right, let's get this.
Let's get into the movie.
On the drone.
You ready, Lucas?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, play. Since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. Something on, yeah. Next to you.
Next to you.
Thanks to you.
Now I get.
Yeah, I can.
Now I get
what I want.
Since you've been gone. Videodrome.
Let's get this drome on.
Get in the drome. Autodrome.
Oh, that was what you were gonna do. Why did you start singing Kelly Clarkson?
Because we always sing Kelly Clarkson for no reason.
That's right.
I wanted to do Get in the Drome, Autodrome, but then I pivoted.
That was a hard pivot. Worth it.
It was 100% worth it.
It's gonna sound good in post.
I'm not gonna do anything to it. It's just gonna be because we weren't in sync anyway. Like you and I are so far off.
We might have to cut it up and release it as a single. That's how good it was.
Oh yeah, we TGTBTM the album. Just a bunch of sound clips of us singing all of our different songs.
No editing though.
No editing.
Yeah, we got the mixing on any.
We did the Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want it. We've got Since You've Been Gone a lot.
Yeah.
We did this time of set up. Hang out with your family is a good one.
All of us just saying Gus kind of rhythmically. You probably get a cold.
That's like a Gus.
That's a beat. Yeah, Gus. It's
Gus parentheses skip.
All right, when we're done here, we're gonna work on this album.
We got a lot. Did we pause?
Yeah, we got a lot in the works. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if the pause after the singing was long enough that.
No.
Okay.
No.
Sorry, I'm kind of doing a meta view for everybody at home.
The metaverse, yeah.
Since you've been gone. Since you've been gone.
Gus. Yeehaw! Why'd you yeehaw, Lucas? That's still iconic. One of my favorite moments. Yeah, iconic for sure.
If I do say so myself, of myself. Welcome in.
Welcome.
Any new viewers? This might be their first time listening. You ever think about that?
We never think about.
No, we don't.
This is Brandon here.
We're usually talking directly to like 4 people. This is Lucas here.
And I'm the dad.
That's right, folks. And you've stumbled into one of the greatest listening experiences you could ever stumble into.
The greatest show on turf.
It's the good, the bad, the movies.
Why do we assume they're stumbling?
A lot of our fans have cerebral palsy.
A percentage of them do, yes.
Probably a higher percentage than nationwide.
Yeah. I don't know why I was yanking the introductory duties away from you.
No, that's fine.
You guys were tangenting.
We started on a tangent. We're gonna
figured
end
you were
on a
taking
tangent.
the reins anyway, so I was just gonna. I'm usually in the back seat anyway, so I'm in the same spot as always.
The back seat of the horse.
The sidecar of the horse. The horse car. The houseboat.
I hate backseat horse drivers. They're the worst.
They're the worst.
It's just like a wagon I've tied to the tail. I'm
They're
yelling
like,
from
"Giddy
3 horses
up."
away. Spur him again.
Winnie a little faster.
Spur the horse.
Does he know how to ride a horse?
Whoa! I'm gonna go whoa to this analogy because welcome in. It's the good, the bad, the movies. We've all done our host names, and this week we're doing a little movie as part of our Spooktoberfest Downtown Spook Boy special. It's a Videodrome from 1983.
Videodrome.
David Cronenberg's Videodrome, the famous.
Some might say his magnum opus.
Some might say that. I got in trouble at school in a presentation for saying the word magnum opus as well as saying ostensibly in class.
You did message us that.
Wait,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, he was doing a presentation the other day.
We killed it, and then the professor was like, "It was great, but you guys like might have used some words some kids might not understand, like magnum opus and ostensibly." Right. I was like, I don't know what ostensibly means either, sir.
Ostensibly.
Yeah.
That's just how you responded to him. Ostensibly, yeah.
Ostensibly.
I don't know either, sir.
I just say it. Makes me sound smart.
Oh God, that's
what I said. Honesty.
Cronenberg, a pioneer in horror films in a way.
Yeah, a true weirdo, some might say.
And most people that might know Cronenberg would know him from The Fly. But
that's right.
None of us have really seen any Cronenberg up to this point, correct? We're all new.
I watched one of his movies called Scanners, I think,
2
days ago. Scanners, I Hardly Know Her, in preparation for the podcast.
Okay.
Which was his sort of biggest hit up to this point.
Okay.
Which was a wild ride, to say the least.
What lasagna scale, what do you give Scanners?
I think I gave it a 6.5 or something like that.
Okay.
On the lasagna scale.
Out of 3.
That's
he gave an amazing score.
6.5 is pretty good for Lucas's harsh grading scale. So harsh.
Especially with Space Chimp set in the 0.9 barrel.
Yeah, I'm still
Space Chimps and Drop Dead Fred kicking the bottom. We both feel hurt about it.
No. I'm like fake mad about it, but I'm kind of real mad about it too. It's fine.
But before we get into all that, are we drinking beer, fellas?
We are. Tell us about our beers, Lucas.
Take a guess. Don't show him the can.
We got a nice bronzy Cuban-style IPA out of the sour region. It's a cider from the Hefeweizen. It's from Cold Smoke.
Wow. He actually nailed that.
A sour cider Hefeweizen IPA bronze. It's Cold Smoke.
I think you missed that it's Bourbon County, so like it's technically a bourbon.
Oh, nice. Oh,
like a real bourbon, yeah. But besides that, nailed it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it obviously has an oaky afterbirth.
Well, yeah.
That's a given.
Well, it does.
Today we've got Wasatch Brewery. This is one that Kelly had recommended, the brewery that we got for Bat Squatch. I thought
it sounded familiar. Well, I just saw Satch and I thought of Sasquatch again.
And then you thought Bat Squatch.
And then I thought, yeah.
So Wasatch Brewery, I think this is from Denver or something. My mom actually sent this to me. There's a place in Billings. Shout out Mama K.
This is Brandon.
Good crack. Shout out Rat Boy. There's a place in Billings called City Vineyard.
Wait, what?
He's playing it. So there's a place in Billings called City Vineyard, and she sent me like a Facebook post about it, and they have like a ton of pumpkin themed beers for October, and one of them specifically was called Black-O-Lantern.
Ooh.
So what it is a pumpkin stout brewed with pumpkin and spices. It's a velvety chocolate pumpkin stout. So we got chocolate and pumpkin, 14 IBUs, 12 fluid ounce cans, 6.66% alcohol. Normally they go to the 10th. This one goes to the 100th for that 666 action.
I'm gasping in terror.
Oh, Wasatch was out of Salt Lake City, actually.
You ass.
What kind of madman would cross an imperial stout with a pumpkin ale? our brewers, as it turns out. This rich, chocolatey Frankenbrew is a dried spice and scary good. Boo!
These guys.
Oh my god, you scared me.
Little warning here.
Oh, we're all gasping in terror.
So yeah, I'll get a crack going here. Seth's already drinking. What do you think?
I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't even know what it tastes like. It's good, but it's
hoppy,
kind of scary. It's a little hoppy. 14's not very many IBUs though.
It's dark because it's a stout.
Yeah, but it's not like bitter.
No, it's not bitter.
It's not chocolatey or pumpkiny. But
it's dark.
I think it's mostly velvety, actually. Of the three that they listed, it's probably mostly velvet.
Of the three, yeah, it's velvet, then it's chocolate, then it's pumpkin.
Pumpkin seems to be the least concerning part of it.
Hint of brewed near a pumpkin patch.
Just the smell of it.
Today, Seth was late coming over to our place. He fell asleep and came back, and he was like, "Hey, you want me to bring any food?" And we were like, "Sure." He's like, "I'll get Pita Pit." But Maureen only wanted a soda, and I said, "Get her a vanilla Dr. Pepper from those Coke Freestyle machines." And when he came over, he's like, "I had to make another stop at a gas station because they didn't have vanilla Dr. Pepper."
Coke Freestyle would be a good EP.
Yeah, it would. But he was like, they didn't have vanilla Dr. Pepper, so I got her the next best thing, which was a agua fresca lemonada, and I was like, how is this anywhere near?
I didn't say it was the next best thing.
You said it sounded cool.
Yeah, agua fresca lemonada.
And it did not taste cool.
It tasted hot. The opposite.
It was rough. Marina wanted something with carbonation and caffeine to affect her headache, and it had neither of those two things either.
I thought it was carbonated, to be fair.
So, but that's our beer today, so.
Beer City over here. Moving into the movie.
Moving.
Yeah, I did. We can be fully. What is it?
Transparent.
Transparent. Yes, the famous show about the transparent. We need to be fully transparent with our audience. I did the script this week, which is an oddity. So I'm kind of winging the structure of this as well. So Brandon is now when I talk about the director.
Yes.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Did you use the template that I sent you? That's on our Google Drive?
Yeah, but sometimes we often go on little journeys outside of the strict structure.
Well, of
going
course.
Off books, boys.
I have a very strict structure that I have of the script itself, but then things do derail many, many times. Many moons derail.
Many moons. So anyways, in the Videodrome, we have our director. As we've talked about before, it is David Cronenberg, the Canadian auteur, famed, I wrote here, for captaining the body horror genre.
That makes sense.
Body horror like him. He sort of has pioneered it and made it his own.
No one does my body horror like he does. I don't know.
Get to the good ones.
Get to the good ones. Here are some of his selections. We've had Shivers. We had Scanners, which I saw before this. A wild film. The Fly, adaptation of the Kafka book. Naked Lunch, a movie called Crash. Existence.
Ooh, 2005 Best Picture winner?
Different Crash. Different Crash. He's not. That is not his game, my brother.
No, not at all.
He was so excited.
He made a movie called A History of Violence, and he made a movie this year actually called Crimes of the Future.
Oh, that's
yes.
Did you
still alive?
Yeah. Did you say
he's 79 years old?
Did you say extends like the penis pill?
No, existence.
Oh.
With a Z. How are you familiar with the extends pills?
Well, I'm a pharmacist.
And
there was a guy in our high school that was a wrestler that apparently he took extends and everyone called him Long John Pfeiffer. When he went
shout out.
Yeah, shout out Rat Boy. Whenever he would go in the shower, he would just hang in brain.
Who was Pfeiffer?
I don't know.
I remember that nickname. I'm trying to put a face to it, but all I can see is a head.
I think he was a grade or two above us, though.
Billings West?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know The Fly was based on the Kafka.
Kafka-esque, yeah.
Kafka.
Yeah, the sort of transformation. I believe it's the second adaptation. I think his is the most well-known, though. I think there was an adaptation like the 60s or something.
Is it a book or like a short story? I want to read it now.
A novella? It's pretty
like
weird.
The Little Prince.
I've heard it's really weird. Like it's just about a guy turned into a bug.
Yeah, right up Cronenberg's alley.
100%.
Speaking of weird writers, the writer of this movie is David Cronenberg. He did it.
Oh,
he did it all himself.
Now, does he normally write his own movies that he directs?
He does. He normally does a lot of this stuff on his own movies. He's often grabbing a camera. He's added in his own movies. He's chopping it up. He's producing them. He's an independent sort of guerrilla filmmaker, if you will.
So some could tie him to the directing prowess of like James Wynn of Birdemic, Shock and Terror. He likes to do it all on his own.
Often compared, the two.
Or I was thinking like Tarantino. Or like, what was the guy's last name? Or guy last week? Mio Hayazaki.
Yeah, Mio Hayazaki.
Doing the writing and directing.
The other one that I thought of, which has only done like one thing, is Ben Zeitlin, who did Beasts of the Southern Wild. He wrote, directed, produced, edited, did the casting and the score for it. I was like, God damn, dude.
Oh shit.
Calm down.
I think the Coen brothers often do a lot of jobs, and they often
they do
have like fake aliases.
Yeah.
In their credits.
So really?
For some monetary reasons, I think. I don't remember.
So they don't get audited.
Wouldn't you be audited more if you had fake names? Whatever.
They can't catch you.
Right? No, that's not like you put it in the credits for everybody to see. They don't read those.
Well, and John Carpenter, who is a horror contemporary of Mr. Cronenberg's, he's kind of the same deal, and he even goes so far as to score a lot of his own movies.
Nice.
He does the pianos and the synths and all that.
Okay.
Moving on to cast, we have a couple people you may have heard of. The lead, James Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I found that out like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, like this guy sounds like James Woods. I was like, it is James Woods.
Yeah.
From Family Guy and conservative Twitter fame, James Woods.
Wait, what?
The first thing I think of him is Family Guy.
Conservative Twitter fame?
Oh, he's a big Trump guy.
Oh shit! I thought it was this and like, his name's not Hades, right?
Who are you talking about?
The god of the underworld.
Yeah, that's Hades.
Hades, ruler of Hades.
James Woods, ruler of Hades?
No, he's the voice actor in Hercules.
Oh.
And I'm trying to remember that guy's name because the underworld is called Hades, but
I think the guy's Hades too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
Anyway, who's next?
Lives
Who else we got? I think that's what I'm thinking.
James Woods was Hades. You're right.
The female lead of this movie is a little lady called Debbie Harry. Deborah Harry. Yeah, the lead singer of Blondie and a femme punk icon.
Oh,
I think that's a really cool casting choice.
Yeah, I would love to know the story behind how that came to be.
Casting the lead singer Blondie.
Well, if it was like, if he'd already had a couple big movies, if it was her reaching out, if it was him reaching out, if it was just like some weird correlation from a separate staff member entirely, like, hey, my cousin's the lead singer of Blondie. I wanted to be the femme fatale.
I'm looking through the facts. I think I don't have anything. If I remember right, I believe she was like on a hiatus from Blondie and was doing some movies, and she was in a John Carpenter movie, and he kind of ran around the same circles as Cronenberg, and she linked up with him through that.
She was like, yeah, I'll show my nipples on TV.
She was in a John Carpenter and a Cronenberg.
Imagine the parties they would all go to in the late 70s, early 80s. Jesus.
One of the biggest female lead singers of the 80s, two of the biggest directors, and just the fact that it's the 80s.
And complete psychos, weirdos.
Complete psychos. Every room is dimly lit red.
Hell yeah.
David Lynch is there too. He's just attracted by red lights.
Yeah. I'm sure. Exactly. He's kind of the same sort of deal as him.
Yeah, he's like a moth. He just loves lamps.
That's true. That's often been said about David Lynch.
He's just like a moth.
Yeah,
he loves lamps.
In that Similar way. To. Some of the cast besides those two, we have Sonja Smits, we have Peter Dvorsky, we have Leslie Carlson, and we have Jack Creeley.
None of those are names I know.
I know Sonja was the professor guy, but that's because I watched the credits at the end.
Nice.
Yeah, Sonja was Professor Oblivion,
or Doctor, whatever it was.
Professor,
it was, yeah.
Okay.
Oblivion, and I have a plot for you guys. If you guys are so willing to receive one,
give it to me.
I'm ready.
A programmer at a TV station that specializes in adult entertainment searches for the producers of a dangerous and bizarre broadcast.
I was hoping you were gonna end it at the producers, like he's searching for the musical, the producers, like.
Not familiar.
That'd be wild.
I'd say that's a pretty tame plot relative to what's going on.
To what we watched.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, dude. Small note here. We had live music last night at the brewery I work at.
Oh, yeah, you sent a Snapchat about that.
Yeah. She sang that song twice because she got through. She was there from 5 to 8, and she got through everything. It's like 7:45, and she's like, I'm all out of songs. I'm supposed to be here till 8. I'll play like one more. I'll just do my favorite one. So she played Four Non-Blondes again. And I was like, hell yeah. And some guy at the bar was like, that was awesome. Encore. Because he just came in and she did Who Knew by Pink, I think. Yeah.
It's funny because your microphone on your phone is so shit.
It's awful.
Like you can barely hear anybody. So when you sent, like, we've got live music.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any of it. I didn't hear any live music. I only saw Armando.
Oh, I thought that was video. Just a picture.
That's fair.
So there we go.
It's a live photo.
All right, moving on to some history. History lesson with.
I didn't like history in school. One of my least favorite subjects.
I loved it. Speaking of school, I got my field experience placements this past week here.
Where are you going?
I'm going to be hanging out at Hellgate High for both of my field experiences.
Nice.
Yeah.
What grade?
Freshmen and juniors.
Oh no.
The whole gambit.
And are you English and history or just history?
Just English.
Oh, just English. What books are you making them read?
Mein Kampf.
The History of English.
Mein Kampf. First book at freshman year in Hellgate High.
Alex said that's a bad joke. Yeah, I can't teach like that.
Speaking of Kanye.
That's a joke.
That's a joke. For any prospective students that'll be listening in the future to this.
Shout out Rat Boy.
Shout out Rat Boy.
It's too many shout outs now.
We're going to get to Rat Boy in a second, but for some history before that, I have a quote from Mr. Cronenberg himself on the formation of Videodrome. Would you guys like to hear it?
Would love.
Yeah. Well, I'm here.
With Videodrome, I wanted to posit the possibility that a man exposed to violent imagery would begin to hallucinate. I wanted to see what it would be like, in fact, if what the censors were saying would happen, did happen. What would it feel like? Question mark.
I feel like this is what every like grandmother, when they see like their child playing like Modern Warfare, someone's like, they're gonna start killing people because of these violent video games.
That's
kind of what he's going for.
Literally, my grandma would, like a step grandma, but family. She would say that watching me play Modern Warfare in the living room, and then she would ad nauseum advocate that I join the military so I could pay for school. I was like, pick a lane, right?
And then she would crush up a Zanny and snort it, and you're like, Grandma.
That was the craziest part of this flashback.
Step Grandma, what are you doing?
What are you doing, Step Grandma? Snorting Zans.
What are you doing, Step Grandma?
Another little facet of the foundation of this movie is part of the premise of this movie was born out of David Cronenberg's childhood, where he would be fascinated by late-night television broadcasts where smut or violent films would sometimes appear due to the signals getting crossed.
I watched Showgirls that way. Well, not the same way, but yeah, late-night television
in a similar
stuff.
way, yeah.
Late night.
I mean, things weren't getting crossed in like 2006.
You know what? Yeah, after 11 p.m., Comedy Central says shit and fuck on there and not bleeping out the words. So
yeah, like Robot Chicken.
I was about to say, yeah, and then everything Adult Swim, really. You get your Aqua Team Hunger Force, your Robot Chicken, your Futurama, your Boondock not Boondock Saints, the Boondocks.
Boondocks.
All those good ones. I'm missing something. I'm missing a big one.
You're probably missing several.
I am probably.
A lot of years of programming, probably.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of ones that I watched, and there's one like big one.
Anyway.
We'll let you think on it, because my last little bit of history here is that Videodrome marked the first collaboration between Cronenberg and makeup artist Rick Baker, who, along with his mentor Dick Smith, is universally considered the greatest special effects artist in movie history. He was the winner of the first ever Academy Award for Best Makeup for An American Werewolf in London, of which he has 7 total Academy Awards.
Goodness.
And some of his credits include King Kong, The Empire Strikes Back, Michael Jackson's Thriller, a little movie called Rat Boy, shout out. Ariana Henderson's Batman Forever, Men in Black, every single werewolf movie, Planet of the Apes, and he did Robert Downey Jr.'s makeup for the Tropic Thunder movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that kind of shines here in the movie, I think. The special effects is this guy's deal, and he really just seeks out new and challenging endeavors.
Wait, so this guy was primarily special effects, and then Dick Smith was the makeup guy?
They both did special effects and makeup.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's kind of a whole deal.
And they're winning Academy Awards for both or one of them? They won makeup first.
He won. Rick Baker, the guy in this movie, won 7 Academy Awards for makeup and hairstyling. Yeah.
Okay.
And then his mentor, Dick Smith, mostly was working before the invention of the award, because the award came about in 1981.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Was it called a little movie called Rat Boy Shout Out, or is it just called Rat Boy?
Rat Boy.
Okay.
And then he did a little movie called Rat Boy Shout Out.
The sequel.
Oh, holy shit.
The squeakle. Holy shit.
If you guys are in a little playful mood, you guys want to head down Guess That Budget Alley?
That's another song we sang. We're gonna rock down to Budget Avenue.
That's what I was gonna ask. Was the Werewolf in London song written for that movie or vice versa?
And I was really mad because I watched that movie a couple days ago, and the song is not in the fucking movie.
Are they separate entities? There's no way they're not connected. How are two people thinking about werewolves in London and making millions off of it? That's crazy that neither of those are.
3 years before, yeah, and
so they're not correlated at all.
Had the idea for like 20 years before this. Yeah, it's stupid.
Huh,
I went the whole movie waiting for that to pay off. I love that song.
Yeah, I do too, and I hate Kid Rock for ruining it. Because when I first heard the All Summer Long song, I was
Sweet
like,
Home Alabama, awesome.
I was like, this song's awesome. And my dad's like, check this out. Showed me Sweet Home Alabama, and then showed me Werewolves in London. I was like, oh, he stole everything. He did. Awesome.
And so did Leonard Skinner.
He's the country rocker of Weird Al.
That's why
What did we say about Weird Al earlier?
Weird Al Qaeda.
Weird Al Qaeda Yankovic.
Wow. I just saw it on Twitter. I stole it.
So you're just like Kid Rock.
I'm no better than
You're
Kid
worse
Rock.
than Kid Rock.
Let's go down to Budget Avenue, and then we'll take it higher in the podcast, so to speak.
Good song. Good song.
Today, while I was showering, I was making up a new song for like the budget for like season 5. It was basically the same thing. It was like, if you hate reading books and you say fuck it, let's do some math and guess that budget or something like that. It was same tune. I just like
you just put a little swear in there, spice it up for the adult listeners.
This is
dark
after 11 p.m.
So what do you guys think the budget is for this?
Oh fuck. This is rough because I've never had to guess budget or like ratings, so
you've always been in control.
Yeah, who do you want to go first?
Yeah,
Lucas? Yeah, you have to tell.
That is my impetus. Let's have Brandon go first.
Okay, this is 1983.
Yes, sir.
Those 2 stars, you got makeup, you got a lot of things. I'm gonna go $18 million.
It's funny you say that, Brandon, because I was thinking about $19 million.
You're thinking about $18,001, Steve.
Yeah, see what the Price is Right treatment feels like.
The newbie gets it, even though it is a little bit off. It is $5.9 million is the budget for this movie. Horror movies often tend to be a little more stripped back than the other productions. They're a little cheaper to make. But the special effects for this one were kind of out of control. And this was, at the time, Cronenberg's like largest budget. And it was his largest budget for a while.
Okay.
Here.
Makes sense.
More of an independent filmmaker, yeah.
I figured with like the best makeup artist of all time and 2 pretty large names, it would be more, but inflation or whatever.
Morb?
No. Moving on.
We were droning so hard in this episode.
What do you guys think it made opening weekend in terms of dollars? Do you want me to
continue going first?
Yes. Sorry, I won't speak for Lucas. Yes.
So this came after The Fly and
Came before The Fly.
Oh, it came before, but after Scanners. But Scanners was big before that.
But before
it sort of put him on the critical scene.
Okay, critical scene. That's important. I'm gonna say that maybe it's still broke, but not by a lot. Like 6.5 million.
Opening weekend. Okay, Seth, what about you?
I don't know, 3.9. Just go the other way.
Sethin gets this one because it was only $1.1 million.
I thought I was Snoopy style.
You're not Snoopy style. You're Seth.
He's both.
1.1. Okay. Okay.
Cheers.
U.S. and Canada total, my boys.
My boys.
Brandon going first.
My good boys.
All right, 1.1. I'm gonna go 11.9 million.
9
million. Seth hits it again. It's only $2.1 million.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the poor little guy did not make it back yet. What do you guys think it made worldwide? Last guess here.
I think that yet was a coy to make me go high on this.
I think so too.
Because I don't see this like really booming outside the U.S. I mean,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
You should guess really low.
Like $2, and you'll guess 3.
Yeah.
So the only way I can win is if it's $1 or $2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to my original and do 6.5.
Okay.
Let's say 9 again.
Brandon evens it out because they didn't make any money outside the U.S. and Canada. It's still $2.1 million. It's total
That's shit.
worldwide.
Certified flop.
I was
Certified
worried it
flop.
would either make $0 outside the U.S. or like a crazy amount outside the U.S. 0 makes more sense.
The Guatemalans would have loved it.
Would they have?
Yeah, they gotta watch. No, I'm thinking of Guantanamo Bay. I don't know where Guatemala is, or Guantanamo Bay. For
Guantanamo Bay is in Cuba. Guatemala is a part of Central America. It's next to Belize nuts.
Ooh.
Why do we? Is Guantanamo Bay a U.S. prison?
Yes.
What is
Yes. It's like an island on Cuba, next to Cuba.
Do we send to like torture
on
people?
Cuba?
Yeah, we do send to torture people. I don't think it's on Cuba.
I think it is.
Because we used it when we hated Cuba.
Yeah, I thought there were like prisoners from Cuba in there.
No.
No, they're all
I really don't know anything.
Middle Eastern. Yeah, I think it's still
not
going
funny.
on.
Yeah, not funny.
A lot of human rights abuses go on there.
That's what the band Flowbots that did Handlebars.
Yeah,
They were like, they're more of like a political rap band. Like it's 2 dudes that rap, and then it's like an entire orchestra behind them, and a couple different songs. They're like, "Free Guantanamo Bay. We didn't ask for this." I'm like, what the hell? I thought you guys just did the Handlebars song.
You know,
it's really good. Like I like their music, but it's kind of crazy to listen to them rap that shit like that.
You know, it's funny because you told me this exact story.
No way.
When we were in 8th grade at Riverside Middle School, because it came out in like 7th grade or something. You're like, you know, this band is like a political rap band. I was like, whoa, pump the brakes, Seth. We're in 8th grade here.
Man, I've changed. I haven't changed at all. I'm just.
You were so woke.
I'm just as dumb and. I'm just as dumb as communistic as I was in 8th grade.
Our resident communist here.
It's been a while since that's been brought up.
You guys want to hear some taglines?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
There are 4 of them, so get your voting stickers ready to put on your outfits. Because the first one is a shocking new vision.
That's not bad.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Next one is a vision of enormous physical impact.
It's kind of the same thing.
I like the first a little more.
In the same vein, a terrifying new weapon. And finally, a little detour. First, it controlled her mind. Then it destroyed her body. Long live the new flesh.
That's such a long tagline.
It also paints somebody who I didn't presume to be the main character as the main character.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It's a little bit odd that it's female genderized.
I'm going number 1.
Number 3, my lord. I don't remember what number 3 was.
For me.
You like the Long Live the Flesh?
I love Long Live the New Flesh.
I didn't like the new weapon because I felt like I won't get into it.
You felt like
Yeah, that is how I feel a lot of the time.
I'm going number 1.
Okay, we don't have a consensus, which means
we have to make our own.
We have to make our own. Any ideas, fellas?
I'm sticking with Get in the Drome Autodrome.
It wouldn't sell.
I haven't thought about it. It would not sell.
Well, this movie apparently didn't either, so
we gotta help it out.
It's not gonna hurt.
Welcome to the Thunderdrome, bitch.
Nice.
Bitch.
That's important.
Videodrome wasn't built in a day.
Nice. I had one more.
Both went for puns. I like it.
Yeah, mine is another pun.
Oh god.
Videodrome killed the radio star.
Nice.
Okay, I like it.
Literally.
Four torturing in a way, very torturous.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So 4 pun-based ones from us.
Yeah.
To go up against their 4. I'm picking our 4 any day.
Absolutely.
Squat up.
Mount up. It was a clear black night, a clear white moon.
Down the boulevard with the crystal whip.
No, that's not it. We're doing different songs.
Yeah, we are. Alex, hi Alex.
Alex is waving at us. They say hi.
Hi Alex.
Hi Alex.
Alex,
Not
hi.
saying nothing.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Hi.
No, the other Alex.
Alex, I turned myself into a hush puppy.
Do you marry me for my treasure, Dan?
With that, let's get into some cat facts. Do you guys have any
cat
submissions?
facts?
I have video facts, facts drome.
Yeah.
Long
Drome
live the new
facts.
facts.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what did you just say?
Long live the new facts.
Long live the new facts has probably got to be it.
That's probably it, yeah.
Heart of Facts after the song for Blondie.
Oh, a man after my own heart.
There we go.
Mine heart.
Heart of Fact.
Blondie's
Artifacts.
Blondie's biography instead of Mine Heart.
Yeah,
that
was it.
I listened to that song like 60 times yesterday
That's a lot
in preparation
of
for
times.
the movie. Yeah.
Really get into the character of the female lead.
Really, and she's not a whole lot like her music video character.
No, I've watched that music video a lot too, actually.
Yeah, I've seen the 10 seconds you've shown me, and if I can say, they seem like different people. Almost as if she was acting in, if not one, both of those pieces of media.
Well done to her.
We used to sing it in choir all the time in college, but we would only do just super loud across the whole auditorium. Piercing.
That's sick.
It's super
Haunting.
sick.
So we're doing Heart of Facts?
Heart of Facts.
Or Long Live the New Facts?
Heart of Facts.
Got it.
Artifacts. Yeah.
That's a block of
That
blue on
was
my
clean.
end.
Too. It was a good resonating falsetto.
I'm not bad.
No.
He thinks I'm bad.
Do you wanna join my barbershop choir?
I don't want to be in the old man barbershop.
It's not actually super old man. I mean, there are a lot of old
in.
men, but there are some young people.
Do you have to care for them?
Yeah, do I need to get along with anyone? Or can I have like little squabbles with everybody and do like backstories?
To, like change them?
Can I
You don't have to change them.
Can I chain
or
them?
bathe them?
Okay.
Or chain them. Yeah. What would you sing, you think? Bass, baritone, lead, or tenor?
I'd probably just vibe. Whatever felt natural at the time.
You could do I see Barry or lead. The lead, you don't have to learn any parts. You just sing the melody.
Put Barry in the lead.
Like if you're doing
like thinking about Robin Williams. I would do the lead.
If you did it, because like tenor, I have to learn all these like sharps and flats as I sing in barbershop, and you're just dashing through the snow.
Oh, okay. No, I'm out. I'm not doing Christmas shit. I don't want to be a part of it.
But then after the holiday concert, then we'll do.
Nope.
We're doing Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah.
I will not sacrifice my values.
Okay.
About Christmas music.
After the holiday season, I'll ask you again.
What are these Heart of Facts?
Some facts times. The first one I have for us is that 3 different endings were filmed for the movie. And that the ending we saw and that was used in the movies was James Woods' idea.
Movie. Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, so he had some idea control.
Oh, he's got some ideas, all right.
Have you seen his Twitter?
How?
It's pretty bad. I think he might have got kicked off even for some COVID stuff. I don't remember.
Like Kanye did recently?
Oh,
he's on Twitter. He's off of Instagram.
No, he's off of Twitter already, I think.
Oh, already?
Did you see his tweet from last night?
Yeah, the Jew one.
Yeah.
He was a little sleepy, so he got a little anti-Semitic. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Brandon gets a little tired, a little anti-Semitic. Those things go hand in hand. We've all done it from time to time. Brandon more so than others, but
me on this podcast earlier, I guess.
Yeah.
Which was a joke. All right, so my next fact here is one of the Japanese porn dealers at the beginning is played by David Subuchi, who later went on to be elected to the Canadian Parliament. In his position, he oversaw the Ontario Film Review Board, which was responsible for rating movies out of the province of which Cronenberg is a member of, i.e. Subuchi would be the one to rate Cronenberg's films in the future.
Wow.
Yeah, and Cronenberg often had X and NC-17 ratings, like we said before, so it was nice to have probably an actor you employed before in that position.
Some representation to like who vouch for you.
Who rates movies in the U.S.? Because I didn't know Canada apparently is government regulated. Is it still? I know that's for like games and stuff. I don't know if it's different for movies.
You might be right. I still think it's the ratings board. Yeah, there still is a board you have to go through. I was watching an interview with Cronenberg yesterday too, and he actually said that it's different now, but in the 1980s at the time, in the USA, you could release like an X or an NC-17 rated movie in theaters and still have it like play or whatever. But in Canada, if you released an X or NC-17 movie, you'd go to jail. So like you really had to get below the barrier there. Yeah, it was illegal to have those movies out.
You had to cross the border to release.
It's crazy that you could be an elected official that just rates movies too. Like, what a dream job.
Sick job. Exactly. Yeah. My next fact is that.
Wait, do you know the other? Do you know the other endings at all?
I don't.
Oh,
I'm not privy. They're probably weird as shit.
Probably weird as shit. I'll have to Google it.
Google.
The next fact is that movie critic Marshall McLuhan was the inspiration for parts of the film and for the character of Brian Oblivion. And Brandon, do you remember who Marshall McLuhan is? We talked about him in an episode prior.
In an episode Privy.
It's a good name. I like the alliteration in both of them too.
I don't think I do.
He was the professor in Annie Hall that Woody Allen pulled out of the crowd, and he was like, "He's the one you should be talking to right now." And Marshall McLuhan's like, "You have no idea what you're talking about." He was a pretty famous movie critic. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he was a professor of Cronenberg too at University of Toronto.
He was Cronenberg's professor?
Mm-hmm.
At film school.
The movie critic. Yeah.
Okay.
Next fact. James Woods needed a double for the scene where he has a helmet on his head, as both Woods and Cronenberg were worried that the star may be electrocuted. That weird pulsating helmet that he put on.
Danger.
So just put the double in it. He's fine.
What?
If he gets electrocuted, he gets electrocuted, you know?
Yeah, it's not like
we can't
James
electrocute James Woods.
We got to say Mr. Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Just get a different giant glowing helmet. You don't have to use the deadly one and substitute a person that apparently doesn't matter, ostensibly. Like, just get a better helmet that doesn't malfunction.
Probably an undocumented worker.
Probably.
Worker without documents.
That they just painted lighter.
Probably. I think we nailed it.
I think so.
Get those men. All right, my next fact is most of the characters first make their appearance on a television screen of some sort before being introduced as live-action characters.
Aside from Zach Woods.
Max. James Woods. Who's Zach Woods?
Oh, Zach Woods is
Zach Woods is
Gabe
in
from The Office.
Or in The League, he's the sad guy.
Isn't he in Silicon Valley too?
Yeah, he is. My boy. I love Zach Woods. And Martin Starr.
My boy.
He'd be good in a movie like this, some weird horror movie. He's got the sort of structure and face for it.
I mean, he loved weird horror in The Office anyway.
And our roommate hated when we said, if you were one Office character, you'd be Gabe. Shout out Hunter Hash.
Oh, we did say that.
All right, penultimate fact here, fellas.
Punch.
Is that the videotapes in this movie were actually Betamax tapes, as the VHS tapes were too large to fit into the false vagina stomachs. You heard that right? False vagina stomachs.
Yeah, you heard it.
That was my first thought when I saw it.
As I typed in my notes, I only referred to it as the gash.
Gross.
I put gash so many times.
gross, but I respect it. You were the one that brought Gash into this, in the vernacular of the podcast.
Game recognized game.
Gash recognized Gash.
Don't hate the player.
I did think that the bloody VHS pulsating goo balls did look small in people's hands.
Did you think they look small? Yeah. That was your problem? Of all that, you're like, the pulsing, gooey, bloody VHS. It's a little small. I wish it were bigger. I don't get why they're so tiny.
To fit in that Gash.
They're breathing. Don't worry about the size so much.
One of the things I was looking up this movie under like TV tropes, the website, and it like tracks all their films, and it said like Cronenberg tropes that he engages with in this movie, and it was just flesh and fleshy stuff. A lot of his movies have a lot of flesh in them.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and our ultimate fact here of always is our nomination fact. Only a handful here. It was the winner of the science fiction film of the year at the Brussels International Festival of Fantasy Film. Fuck. It was the winner of the best cinematography at the Canadian Cinematographers Awards, which was a smallly attended event, surprisingly. A lot of people went. And it was nominated for 8 Genie Awards, including a tie for Best Direction with A Christmas Story.
Nice. What did you said? Genie?
Yeah, that's why I went.
I missed that.
I did too. All right, A Christmas Story.
Yeah, same director won they tied it. He's like, we can't decide between Videodrome and A Christmas Story. You guys are equal.
These movies are basically the same.
They tried to get a genie, then they tied it.
Probably.
Cronenberg and the director of A Christmas Story.
Cronenberg's like, I have to be up here with this hack on stage. The other guy's like, I have to be up here with this fucking weirdo.
Speaking of directors thinking he's a weirdo, I read that Martin Scorsese didn't meet him for a long time and was scared to meet him. And he was like, I'm scared to meet you. You're David Cronenberg. And he was like, you're scared to meet me. You're the guy who made Taxi Driver. Which is
Fair.
Which is an equally psychotic movie.
Yeah. It like inspired crime, didn't it?
A lot of it, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't want to meet this. I've never heard of anybody putting Videodrome in their manifestos after they go on like a serial killing rampage.
I like to think that Taxi Driver was the catalyst for like all crime, like even like 1920 crime, like Dust Bowl crime.
Yeah,
and it comes out.
It comes out
of crime.
Everyone had so much wealth and time on their hands; they had plenty of time for crime.
I'm just thinking of like the weirdest era where crime might be.
The Middle Ages.
Yeah, exactly.
I stole that bread because De Niro told me to.
There's not a weird time for crime. Crime's just always going to be there.
Yeah, because of Taxi Driver.
Sad.
Let's get into the movie.
Movie.
Why did I say it like that?
I don't know.
Movie. I think I hiccuped in between, and it came out like kind of British. Movie.
Hey.
Movie. Nicole Kidman here.
I have a couple ideas for Halloween costumes. Obviously, number one is Nicole Kidman. Yeah, I sent you that one. The other
popcorn.
The popcorn. Yeah, that's an important part of the costume. The other one was. It seems too obvious and too on the nose, but I was just gonna be like a giant turtle. But I think the problem with that one is I'm worried if I go to a party, the host would make me crawl on my hands and knees all day. And I'd be like, no, I'm not actually a giant turtle. I'd be like, shut up, turtles don't talk. I'd be afraid of that. And the third one I was telling Brandon about earlier, I'd wear a leather jacket, white t-shirt, jeans, and a goblin mask. So I'd be the Gabagool.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
I just love the fact that you're like, God, Halloween, if I'm dressed as a turtle, I'm going to be invited to so many parties that I'm worried they're going to make me be on my hands and knees all night.
I'd rather make me crawl around like a turtle and it'd hurt my back.
Shut up, Seth! Be a turtle.
They would have me in character. They'd be calling me Mel.
But all the girls dressed as sexy cats, so just get a...
No, they could... Sex.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. Sex, cat stuff.
Cat sex.
The worst kind. Cat style.
Is it worse than turtle style?
Cat style is just doggy style, but it's in a dumpster.
We already confirmed last week that the worst style is Drop Dead Fred style.
That's right.
where you crab walk into her. Or wound fucking, yes.
Wound fucking, which is
Crab
the new
walking
third
into
base.
open
Which actually fits Videodrome a little bit.
a little
Wound
bit.
fucking,
You would be
yeah.
surprised.
A little bit.
So Nicole Kidman, yeah.
She's in the wind. She's in our bones.
Nicole Kidman dresses as Mel for the Halloween party, and they still make her walk on hands and knees. Nicole Kidman, the turtle.
The crab turtle.
The crab turtle.
Movie.
Lucas, for the movie, did you take diligent notes like I did, or?
I took my normal amount of notes.
Okay.
What about you?
Seth, I took extensive notes like usual.
What about Seth?
I took one note and I said, "Why is he laughing at porn?"
Well, we got that out of the way.
So
there we
spoiler.
go. Thanks, Seth.
you guys
we'll see
have
you
a
next week.
It's
You
literally
guys
the
have a
only thing.
spooky setup.
No, ours was not spooky at all.
I sent you the video. It was spooky.
Yeah.
The lights
Decently
were off.
spooked.
I was stuck with this guy. How spooky is that?
I sat in the bright, the blaring dark. I don't know what I was saying. It's very dark.
The bright, blaring dark.
So
Yeah.
dark it's loud. Your thoughts get amplified in the darkness.
Exactly. And I was in my little beanbag chair that Brandon and Marina got for me, right up on the TV, like an inch away,
Aw.
because my eyesight's not that good. And
Have
I
you
bathed
tried
in
wearing your
Videodrome.
glasses?
You don't have any for a long time.
And Jinjo the cat was in the
He's in the
TV.
entertainment
the
center.
cabinets, the
Yeah.
entertainment center.
His
And
little paw
Alex, the
reaching
girlfriend,
around.
was away watching cartoons. I'm
Correct.
thinking of the new listeners that don't know these names,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm trying to attach nouns to them. Jinjo the cat,
Well
Alex
done.
the Lucas girlfriend.
I did say that the bracket is one listen away from beating Birdemic as our top listen to episode.
It was
so
2 last I'd heard.
yeah, we're one away from tying. So
Damn, who's listening to this ish?
I think I listened to it once. That's like 3.5 hours.
I think Lucas listened to it 3 times.
I listened to it a handful of times. Yeah.
I'm gonna look real quick and see if it caught it. Nope, it's still one away. Drop Dead Fred is. Oh my God! Drop Dead Fred boomed. Drop Dead Fred boomed.
How boom?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop Dead Fred is number 6 now.
Wow.
And if we don't count the bracket because it's not technically a movie, it's our 5th most listened to
Movie.
past Nacho Libre.
Precious.
We popped off, boys.
We're popping off as the Downtown Spook Boys.
As we do.
All right,
Space sluts.
nice.
So for a Cronenberg movie, we have a weird introduction because we have a lady named Friday James on the TV.
Wait, was that her
doing
name?
Yeah, she said it. She's doing some sort of goofy wake up service broadcast on the television,
Yep.
which wakes up our guy James Woods. Who's
Civic
called Max.
TV.
It is Civic TV.
I took this note because I thought it was going to be important because she said it like 4 times. I was like, oh, I'm going to need to keep track of the dates. But she was like, it is Wednesday the 23rd. Wednesday the 23rd.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I need to write this down. Did not come back up. So
Not at all.
Didn't even know what month.
and he was eating pizza and he made coffee, but he was dipping his pizza into coffee and laughing at porn.
He was dipping his pizza into coffee?
Yeah.
I didn't
And
see that. He was just like perusing porn pictures. I'm like, that's pretty good.
some stills. He was wiping the pizza sauce on the stills too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was weird.
That was other people's property that we find out.
No, kind of.
Kind of.
Copies of.
Well, he meets some Japanese guy. This is
The eventual politician.
yes. Meets him in
Correct.
some
Canadian
sketchy
style.
apartment building to discuss business with him to go over and approve new porn for the stills that he was laughing at.
Yeah, because Max, it appears, is like a producer of a scuzzy television network, and he's looking for stuff to put on his scuzzy television show for cheap.
C-SPAN. Yeah, we get it.
Is
Hey.
Cronenberg Canadian?
Cronenberg? Yeah.
Okay. You probably said that earlier. I wasn't paying
He
attention.
did.
Yeah.
He's an A-lander.
We were watching you're watching
Hey.
the little
Hey, I'm landing here.
That's what Sully
in
said.
a spaceship. That's what Sully said when he inverted the plane on the Hudson. Hey, I'm landing here.
I didn't know who Sully was. I thought I was thinking Monsters Inc.
Every time Sully from Monsters Inc. breaks into a kid's room, he scares him so bad because he breaks in the door. Hey, I'm landing here.
Sully from Monsters Inc. landed the Hudson plane.
And Mike Wazowski was just there.
Oh my god! And as soon as he landed, he had the perfect one-liner. They took a poll recently,
and they freaked it.
Kids' number one fear is actually Italians.
Oh god!
Oh, I believe it.
I've been hearing a lot about Italians just in general recently. Just on like every social media platform, it's something about Italians.
Yeah,
they're getting out of hand.
They're the next group to be prosecuted for like no reason. And in like 100 years, people are gonna be like, "Why did we try to kill all the Italians? That was such a travesty."
Yeah,
and we're just sitting here making jokes about it.
Yeah. Did you notice on the porn that he watches from the Japanese guys that they put a little geisha outfit on a dick?
That's funny.
That's how like it started. And I was like, wait, they put a little costume on his dick?
Maybe that's why he was laughing at the porn.
No, he was laughing just at the still frames earlier of just the women's tits.
Oh, the video they're watching?
Yeah.
I think that was just a wooden dildo that had clothes on it, and she had
they put a geisha costume on it. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's funny.
It's funny, but it's not as funny as like putting it on a human penis.
On a human penis. That's funny too.
But
thinking about it.
The board members who Max is a part of think these Oriental pornos are too soft and won't get enough views. They need something tougher.
Too soft.
Tougher, more raw.
Harder.
Than dicks with geisha costumes on it. Yeah, that's not realistic
Geishas
at all.
Don't fuck me in real life. I need something a little more brutal.
So he goes to his friend Harlan. Who is
pirate.
like the pirate.
Yeah.
An internet pirate who's like using he's hacked the mainframe basically.
Yeah, bypass the firewall.
He has a big satellite dish that he aims at countries, I guess, and picks up their scuzzy broadcasts to steal for the network.
I put that there was this really nice like shot where it was like above the machine that he's working on to get the video on it, that it just says like danger above it. I thought that was super interesting.
It's a danger 600,000 millivolts.
Oh wow.
Which just kind of puts a latent suspense behind you that never comes to fruition, but it's like, okay, if that's not going to happen, then you are immediately not in control of what's happening, and you're not going to be able to guess what's going to happen moving forward. I thought it was kind of a nice touch.
He's also dipping pizza in his coffee. You're right. It's all very unsettling, I think.
Very much so.
And he was like, hey, we don't need to... I don't remember what the fuck this was, but he was like, hey, get rid of this paper or something. We don't need to have this going around. He just eats the fucking paper, Harlan did.
He had a sign that was like, illegal footage in here.
That's what it was.
Come get your illegal footage.
Extra.
Yeah, it's like, I got you, boss, and just eats it.
Well,
very weird.
And then he closed the door, and there's a gag sign on the other end that he didn't see because the door was open.
Yeah.
That says like the same thing.
It's not a very sympathetic view of media, you could say.
No.
Critical, one might say.
What's the opposite of sympathy?
Dimpathy.
Torpedo.
Hate torpedo.
Hate torpedo is the opposite of a love triangle.
I just finished that part, and I don't know why I was so focused on the opposite of love isn't death and not focused on the opposite of triangle isn't torpedo. I let Lucas have the biggest pass in the world.
Yeah, you guys yelled at me.
Well, yelled at you for so long.
Max ends up on a daytime like talk show called the Rena King Show, and their question is shows on this TV channel like, is this appropriate for audiences or whatnot? And other guests are like Nikki, she's like a radio host, and
that's
then
Debbie Harry, yeah, she's
Debbie Harry.
She's like a self-help guru on the radio.
And then Professor Oblivion, who's tuning in remotely.
Oblivion, because he's like Irish. It's O''Oblivion.
Yeah.
Oblivion. And he's sort of warning against it all.
That's good.
He is. And my question here is, are Max and Nikki about to fuck on TV?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's like, you know what, like Friedrich Nietzsche would have said about your red dress or whatnot. You're giving off signs. She's like, yeah, I am. I'm like super intimate. And he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's funny because Oblivion's like proselytizing from his position on the screen while he's just like hitting on her ruthlessly, and they're smoking cigarettes. He's like
Will you
clearly
tell me
asking
what
her
that?
out like on it. I might have said it wrong. I think it means just like preaching. It's
Okay,
saying
that was kind of
their
the
views out loud. Yeah.
context clues I got from there. But it was funny to see that kind of, or not even see it, but just faintly hear that juxtaposition of it because it's zooming in on him giving his little monologue. You can just hear James Woods every once in a while. I didn't see them getting along at first.
No, not at all.
Because at first he was like, "You're fucking red dress. Don't want to talk about oversaturation, yada yada." And she was like, "Okay, he got me a little bit." And then at some point, he just seemed desperate. He was like, "Let me take you out to dinner. Like, you're fucking hot
on
Let me
TV."
do it.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, chill out, buddy. I thought that was not going to go anywhere. But
Max ended up finding out that these torture porn streams are not from Malaysia, like Harlan said, though. They're from Pittsburgh.
Nothing good happens there.
Where do you think this film took place?
I think like Toronto or New York, maybe. All films sort of take place in New York, one way or another.
Seth said it definitely took place in Pennsylvania.
Almost certainly.
In Pittsburgh.
He did say Pittsburgh. I was like, no, it's not probably Pittsburgh. Because she says, I'm going to take a trip to Pittsburgh, but maybe Philly.
Seems like the Northeast.
Yeah. Well, he finds out that they're from Pittsburgh, and Nikki comes over to Max's place that night and is going through his like movie collection, looking for porn to watch with him. Yeah. When she comes across a tape called Videodrome. This is the torture porn that they watch from Pittsburgh.
Well, and first she's like, "Can you just cut me so I can get in the mood really quick?" And James was like, "What the fuck?"
Cut you.
Yeah, and then she has like a bunch of scars on her neck where previous lovers had slashed her, and she's like, "Yeah, just do it real quick. It's no big deal." And he's like, "I don't think so."
Yeah, it's like, you let somebody else cut you, and she's like, "Yeah, it's cool."
Do you run at that
it's
point?
Chill.
You run?
No, I don't run. I'm probably up. Honestly, if I'm that far in and I'm with Debbie Harry, I'm doing whatever she asks me to.
Even cutting her.
Just a little bit, nothing lethal. But I would, I'd be like, all right, now you do me. Let's make it fair at least. I'm all about equality. Egalitarian mindset.
I didn't notice it. You were the resident egalitarian here.
Egalitarian.
He always has
been. Cut me guy.
He's an unselfish masochist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a masochist and everyone's my mirror.
Ooh. Way to go.
That's poetic.
Is it?
A little bit.
I'll think about it later.
Raunchy. Debbie really wants to be on Videodrome, she says too. She's basically like, God, that seems so cool. Like, I want to audition. I want to do all this. That seems like the life. As like a woman on TV is being like slapped and beaten with a
with a whip.
The subtitle said she was being flogged. Yes,
it did.
Yeah, it said. They were like doing something in the background. It says flogging continues on the television.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, now these two are naked on the floor, and he's basically piercing her ear with a needle and like sucking the blood off the needle.
Hot.
Some creepy wild sex. I did not like that.
Would you run?
No, I'm not running. I told you it's Debbie Harry. I'm not running.
Piercing their ears mid-sex. It's wild.
I don't think they're having sex. I think they were just naked and doing weird shit.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it was just vulnerability and pain at its finest.
Wow.
I don't think they were penetrating.
If it's Alexandra Daddario, is there anything
there's nothing I don't do.
Okay.
There's nothing I say no to. She gouges my eyes out and I die a happy man. Anyway.
Death by suffocation from her breasts.
Yeah,
anyways, this was like the first shudder
anyways.
Watching it.
I didn't have a single shudder.
Yep, apparently this part was fine for me and Brandon.
Yeah, I was surprised you were fine. I'm good with like everything gore. Like I've watched things like this happen in like real life. Like I've seen surgeries and shit. So
Brandon, he's been a part of some of them, but
I've worked in
What freaky cult have you been?
No, not like that. I mean, like I've
called
seen
the
like
ER room.
Yeah, I've been in like operating rooms and whatnot. So I've seen them pierce an ear in the operating room.
He's had pierced an ear 1,000 times.
Brandon's seen me drink 12 Twisted Teas in a row. He's seen true horror.
Wow. Yeah, I bet.
Now, I didn't mind this so much. There's some other things later on in the movie that get to me.
The gash.
The gash, just I've talked about my trypophobia already. I don't like when things are like a bunch of holes, like little ones, or like ticks.
Yeah.
Freak me out.
Leeches?
Leeches are fine. It's ticks that get burrowed. Things that are burrowed into flesh, I don't particularly enjoy.
Or like spiders with a bunch of like little eggs on their back.
Brandon,
or
don't bring that up again. Yeah.
That's bad.
Wait, when was there a trypophobia moment
We did. Yeah, you did bait him on quite a bit that episode.
That was Without a Paddle.
With the spider eggs and everything.
Yeah.
The spider eggs I don't mind as much, but like picturing spider eggs infested into like a frog's back, that's what fucking gets me.
But when was there trypophobia in this?
I don't know if there was or not, but when I feel irrationally afraid and like disgusted by something, I assume that's what's triggering it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's into some weird stuff. He gets into it because he sucks the blood off the needle and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And they're making out on the floor, and the floor slowly turns into the floor that was identical to the one on the Videodrome tape.
Yeah, he's sort of fantasizing about it, is my take from there.
Yeah.
Or maybe hallucinating a little bit.
That seems like a stretch.
Yeah.
So it's the next day. Max is now contracting with an old gypsy woman.
So like, yeah, they have a meeting, right?
To track down the original version of the Videodrome for him, because he didn't like her porn that she submitted to him. There was like a Olympus, Mount Olympus kind of thing.
He said it was very naive style of porn.
He said Dionysus is like Dionysus and Zeus, I think was the full.
Yeah, it was very Greek. Yeah. But she's going to try and find it for him. And Nikki said she's going on a work assignment to Pittsburgh, of all places. And she wants to audition for Videodrome if she can find it there. But Max wants her to stay away. Don't get involved in that shit.
Dangerous stuff, he's heard. She's like, dangerous stuff, I'll fucking show you, pussy.
She puts a cigarette out on her tit.
Yeah. And he's just like, no, don't. Oh, come on. She burns herself.
Oh, fuck. I forgot I put this in my notes. I put, oh my God, she put a cigarette out on her breast. This isn't Brandon's childhood we were watching.
What?
Yeah.
Because last week I talked about, on Spirited Away, I talked about being, in Drop Dead Fred,
Drop Dead Fred.
No, it was Spirit.
No,
it was Morbius.
On the pod. Yeah, it was Morbius.
It was Morbius, where I talked about being whipped by Twizzlers, putting my tongue in a 9-volt battery, staples in the elbow, and putting cigarettes out on yourself.
One of these things is not like the other.
What one is it?
The cigarette burns, clearly.
Marina said that she was ashamed that when we were talking about being tortured as children, I didn't bring up her torture as a child, where her dad would hog tie her and make them try and escape.
That was the face I made, Lucas.
Interesting, Kurt.
And they would also spit on each other.
And burrito blankets.
Relentlessly. And also they'd wrap each other in blankets.
To make them burritos. They eat each other up.
Doesn't leave them outside of city limits.
Underground.
It wasn't always a blanket. Sometimes it was a nice Venetian rug.
With a bunch of lime and bleach.
And a bullet in them.
Yeah, well, it's funny too. After she puts a cigarette out on her boob, he's just like, no, don't do that. And then he she puts it in her other hand and gives it out to him to do to her. Now she's like, now it's your turn to fucking treat me like an ashtray. And he's like, I guess
you don't see it. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna ask. I don't remember seeing it.
It's inferred, but you don't see it happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think he does.
But
is it implied or inferred? And that's another thing we're gonna
either way. So now, Gypsy woman, her name is Masha. She tells Max that Videodrome's dangerous and political, and he should stay away. It's not acting, and it's all real.
Max There's like a minute and a half long belly dancing scene to set it up too.
Yeah, that was weird.
Really unnerve you.
That was the weirdest I felt about the movie. Was the belly dancing scene, but. Max is telling her that if she gives him the name of the producers of Videodrome, he will make her Greek porno show public on his channel. And she tells him that the man responsible for Videodrome is Brian Oblivion. Professor Oblivion.
He's like, oh, I just did a show with that guy. I love him.
That guy's awesome.
I'll go talk to him, sure.
So he makes his way to the cathode ray mission.
Yeah, I don't know what that meant.
cathode ray is like the thing in the eye, right?
Well, the cathode ray is a little glass tube that can project light or like electricity through it.
It's not a part of your body.
No.
Okay. Well, it's just, I guess it's that and emissions usually something you put at the end of that religious building.
A cult.
Or cult.
Sure.
But it was like an odd building all set up with people watching like little televisions with like different shows on it.
Yeah, it's like a shelter. Yeah, that has all these like shitty TVs that are really staticky. And it was something that they were like, yeah, watching TVs helps them establish themselves back to reality of some sort.
No clue what it was.
Yeah.
The main point is that Professor Oblivion is not there and communicates only virtually or through his daughter and cassette tapes.
Correct.
And apparently his daughter was unaware, Bianca Oblivion, was unaware of what Videodrome is, and he tells her to let her father know to contact him about it right away.
Yeah, sounds good. But like they can't like have a conversation, so she's like, "We'll send you a videotape."
Yes.
Yeah. She also looked like she knew immediately.
Oh, for sure. Videodrome? I've never heard of such a name.
He put it up like a brick wall. Like if a conversation was a highway you're driving down, he just put a brick wall there and goes, Videodrome. And she goes, oh, video? Was that Japanese?
Life is a highway, Rascal Flats.
And they do want to drive it.
Yeah, all night long. He goes home. It's like nighttime. My next note is, has Max ever used a gun?
Why is that?
Because he was like, he had the gun case out and he like took the mag out and then was like fumbling over all the bullets, and
somebody knocks at the door, and I'm thinking like he's probably worried about the whole Videodrome thing. Reload the clip, but he like Brandon's saying, fumbling it around.
Yeah.
He had like some sort of satchel that the gun was being held in.
A velvet case.
Yeah.
Velvety chocolatey
pumpkin-y case. And he like close it, magazine's not loaded. Gun is not cocked,
and he puts it under a newspaper.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
Oh, that's funny. That's just like a joke where he's just like, I'll just put this here, and sort of leaves it.
I'm droming here.
I'm droming here, and it's his assistant.
Yeah, she comes in
Ruby
telling
Tuesdays.
No.
TGI Fridays.
No.
Friday James.
Thursdays.
She comes in telling him Nikki isn't in Pittsburgh on an assignment and actually had time off this whole time. And she goes over to like grab a tape that's on his thing, and he runs over thinking she's gonna grab Videodrome, and he slaps the shit out of her.
He does. Nick Cage style, Wicker Man.
Yeah. And when he slaps her, she turns into Nikki. So he slaps her again, and she turns back to herself. But apparently he didn't slap her at all.
Yeah, he's like, sorry for hitting you. Sorry about that. She's like, you didn't hit me. He's like, oh, interesting. Good. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. I just meant like...
that was a test.
In general. That was a test and you passed. Brandon and I kind of got the same vibe.
I felt the sexual tension.
Yeah, because she was like, oh, you didn't hit me. But it almost sounded like she wanted the same thing Nikki did, where she like...
Yeah, well, and she was like, do you want me to stay the night after that for you?
She said, sorry for hitting you. And she said, should I stay here? Not a healthy relationship, but...
No, did you hit me? No. Are you hitting on me? Like something like that, you know? A little wordplay.
There is always a sense of one like party either being the dominant or the submissive in this movie, I feel like. And I feel like us as viewers are kind of always in the submissive.
You're either the dominant, you're either the dom, the sub, or the gash. Take your pick.
That's right. He's right, folks.
He's right. He's never been more right. Tag yourself. Tag your friends.
That's gonna be
the dom.
That's gonna be my poll. I'm writing it down. I'm gonna write it down right now.
Every group's got a gash.
Yeah, right now, us three. Who's the dom, the sub, and the gash?
Of the three of us?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the gash.
I don't know why I felt like it, but I felt like you were like the gash, and I was the dom, the 5'7" dom.
Well, I don't know about that. I feel like Lucas might be the dom. And I think it's because he does a pretty good job keeping us on track, and he's got you doing all the bitch work every week.
Okay.
Brandon likes to hurt people.
Oh.
Because he's hurt people.
Yeah, remember in middle school I made Austin Craig carry my books to class for me?
You did?
Yeah.
Did you manipulate him into it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
We talked about this?
Yeah, we have.
Said you were gonna tell his mom secret or something if he didn't.
What?
No.
I haven't talked about this.
I brought it up on the podcast because we were all talking about like some of the worst things we've ever done, and I couldn't think of like many bad things I've done. Like I'm a real goody two-shoe person. So that was the thing that came to mind, was having Austin Craig carry my books for me between classes in middle school.
Probably just because you knew how desperate he was for a friend, and you took advantage of that.
That's pretty mean. That's pretty fucked up.
That is pretty fucked up psychologically.
But not inaccurate. What happens next? Oh, the tape like breathes after she leaves.
Yeah, Max was all in a fluster after he gets her to leave, but she lets him know she's dropping off a tape from Brian Oblivion, and he grabs the tape and it bulges, like, it breathes basically. And he puts the tape in and listens to Professor Oblivion. He's rambling about how things that happen in the television world are happening in real life, and the cathode ray and all that shit. Like, it's basically his propaganda that he's been spewing to everyone. But then all of a sudden he's like,
his religiosity.
But then he's like, Max, listen to me, Videodrome is real. And he's like, oh shit, tuning in.
You're tuning in now.
And he's
that was Brandon's live.
That was me. I was like, oh, I'm tuning in. Max, he's talking all about how he had a brain tumor and how he had visions, and he thinks the visions caused the tumor. And when the doctors removed the
other way around, the tumor caused the visions.
But he thought the visions caused the tumor.
Yeah. That doctors said tumors cause the visions. Mr. Oblivion.
Yeah.
Visions caused the tumor. And when the doctors removed the tumor was called Videodrome, and Dr. Oblivion was the first victim of Videodrome.
Wait, what?
What the fuck, guy?
That was his. He said the tumor was called Videodrome, and he was the first victim of it.
He called it Videodrome?
Yeah, and the doctors weren't like, "Oh, look at this Videodrome we just took out of this man."
Okay.
He's ostensibly relating his viewing experience as a tumor.
Which means what, Lucas?
What?
What does that mean?
Ostensibly?
Yeah.
At first glance?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
If you look up the definitions for ostensibly, it's worded so ambiguously that I think you can just use ostensibly wherever,
it's worded so ostensibly, like...
Sure is.
Maybe not wherever. It's an ambivalent word. No.
And then Nikki shows up.
Ostensibly means apparently or purportedly, but perhaps not actually.
Yeah, at first glance.
That could mean that's everything.
That's literally everything
that exists. But at first glance is a good way to.
We have used it correct a lot, actually.
Mostly.
I'm glad. Ostensibly. Hey.
You bitches. I wanted to say it too.
Bitches, you bitches.
All right, where are we? I lost track.
The bitches love the books.
Damn it! I hate when I laugh like that. Yeah, that one.
That's my laugh.
Oh, it's like an air bubble coming up.
Got him.
God.
And then Nikki shows up.
Well, yeah, she's.
Oh, Nikki, you're so fine.
While Professor is talking and whatnot, Hey,
Nikki.
Some cloaked person chokes out Professor Oblivion as he talks about Videodrome, and they take off the mask to reveal Nikki behind it all, choking out Professor Oblivion.
She's a Videodrome agent.
And she wants Max to come to her, and the TV starts to breathe and bulge, and he basically phase shifts into the TV as he makes out with her giant lips.
Did he fuck his television?
He fucked his television.
No. I think it was like a vor kind of.
A vulva, yeah, I get it.
No. Like there's a fetish about people wanting to be eaten whole. Very creepy. I think that
I didn't get that here, but
shown to be exploring his fetishes.
Yeah.
Well,
James Wood style.
Some kinky stuff, nonetheless.
Very, very kinky. Max goes to the professor's daughter, Bianca, and tells her all about his experience of Videodrome, and tells him that. She tells him the video frequency causes a tumor, and that causes hallucinations based on what you just watched. And he gets to see who the professor really is here. She opens up a door to reveal a room. Oh, Lucas fucking died.
Lucas is dead again.
I'm back.
That's why they call him Slim Shady.
She reveals a room that is just a bunch of cassettes. She's like, this is my dad.
Yep.
Why is that funny?
Daddy. Why is that funny?
Daddy's home.
You just said she introduces him to thousands of cassette tapes and says, this is my dad. And you're asking why it's funny.
That was one of my quotes, actually. Yes, this is my dad, and it's a blockbuster.
It's a blockbuster.
It's like, oh, okay.
Her dad's outdated media.
I was going to say her dad went out of business a decade ago.
Oh, probably when he died.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, his existence
funny as hell, man.
His existence is through Videodrome and a collection of cassettes. He created Videodrome actually as the next evolution of man, but saw what it did to people and backed out on partners so that they wouldn't use it for evil.
Yeah,
that's right. And now after he's dead, he's recorded thousands of hours of footage for his daughter to play at whatever is most convenient time. He's sort of a prophet in that way.
Yes, basic pre-recorded messages to send out to anybody.
Yeah, hoping they would apply to whatever situation it was, which makes sense looking back on it. The talk show at the beginning with Max and Nikki and Dr. Oblivion, when they're interviewing him, it doesn't feel like a live feed at some points. There's some points where he just like there's an agenda he has, and he's going to talk about it, but it seems vaguely related to the question she asked. So it makes sense looking back on it that they all are pre-recorded, because it felt like that in the moment when you're watching it, but you don't realize.
It's a little off.
Yeah, just a tiny bit, and then you find out he's cassette tapes all along.
Yeah,
he was bred the whole time.
He was bred. I thought it was very noble of him to test out Videodrome on himself, and he took the repercussions himself. It reminded me of a Nobel Prize winner.
Did he mean to? Did he accidentally do that shit?
Well, he did it on himself, but I don't think he knew what the true repercussions were going to be from it.
Okay.
But it reminds me, there's a Nobel Prize winner. So there's a gut infection of bacteria called Heliobacter H. pylori, so H. pylori. And he was like, this is like super bad. I have a treatment for it. He's like, this causes H. pylori. And people are like, nah. And so he's like, I'll show you. And he drank this infectious broth and gave himself this gut infection and then cured it himself and then won a Nobel Prize for the cure on H. pylori.
I've heard that, actually, yeah.
That's easy.
Damn, Lucas, your voice cracked like a ton there.
It's because I have H. pylori.
Oh, shit. Downtown Spook Boys.
Love Lads.
Is that what it was?
No, we've known that one.
Like I said last time, you sent me a list, but I didn't remember the Love Lads. Oh, I said it again.
Fuck you.
Sluts. I don't remember the Christmas one.
Space Sluts. Christmas one is December Dudes.
No, that's pretty good though.
Damn it.
Jingle
Gents.
Jingle Gents. That's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two more that you're missing.
Christmas Crackers.
That's pretty good. Oh, no, that's not good. Never mind.
He said it was pretty good before you heard what I said. He's gassing me up for no reason.
Why are these three bouncing heads gassing you Baba up?
You Baba.
Quote from last week. But anyway, so yeah, we get to see all that. Max steals some of the tapes to learn as much about Videodrome as possible.
I think she just gives it to him.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Well, he has some.
He knows more about it than I do. Just gives him some tips.
And
he hands him over.
He also learns that the guy at work who helped him illegally find Videodrome, Halson, is that his name?
Harlan.
Has not been hallucinating this whole time.
Halson?
I said Halson, not Housen.
I thought you said Housen, like Housen burgers.
No.
Eating that whole damn thing.
So he learns that he's not hallucinating anymore, and Max is at home watching all these new videos when he's got his gun and he's scratching it against his belly. And the next thing
scar on it.
Yeah, just from all the abrasion. And he looks down to find a gash.
Very vaginally looking.
Very vaginal looking.
Fleshy. Yeah. Oh, breathing almost too.
He got the pussy belly.
He got that good puss.
He got that good.
Yeah,
Oof.
but I wrote he's got a slit in his stomach. Is he evolving? And then why did he stick his gun in it?
No clue.
I think it was to test. From my understanding of it, I thought it was to test if it was a hallucination or if it was actually happening.
He wanted to test his
stuck
gash
it in there,
out.
the gash disappeared, and then he was like, all right, that obviously wasn't real because that's fucking insane. And he like tears apart the couch in the apartment looking for the gun to prove that it wasn't a hallucination. Yeah.
The gun was the proverbial dildo that he stuck in the gash.
Oh, callback.
Sure, just pleasuring himself.
His gun was dressed as a geisha when he pulled it out of the case, so it makes sense actually.
I was upset here. Not for the reasons you're thinking, just because we watched this.
Not for the stomach gas.
Yeah, we were watching this, and Marina was on the couch reading a book. And Marina loves the books. But I was just waiting for her to look over at some point during the stomach gash and be like, "Why does that man have a vagina on his stomach or something?"
Yeah, she probably heard us. Oh, she probably heard us both go, ugh, or at least just me, because I don't think you even said anything. You were just like, oh, vagina, stomach. I've seen that at the hospital 1,000 times. But I was clearly
every
disturbed.
5 patients, yeah.
And she probably either looked over really quick, saw a glimpse of it, looked away, or was like, well, I'm not fucking with that.
Yeah.
If the crazy person in our house thinks that's gross, I'm not going to look at it.
So, yeah, he sticks his gun in there, and his gash closes up, tears apart his couch in his room looking for it. No gun to be found. And he gets a call saying Barry is outside waiting for him to talk about Videodrome. So he heads downstairs into a car and heads to Barry. Barry is the head of Spectacular. Yes, the head of Spectacular Optical, which was a company that like made glasses for third world countries, but also like made missile defense systems
in North America. Yeah,
and worked with Professor Oblivion on Videodrome.
We're still stealing quotes, huh?
Here we are.
And
I'll just say it anyway.
He said that Max was never supposed to find Videodrome, as those were only test hallucinations that they were sending out. And he tells them that all their test subjects require intense psychiatric care, but somehow Max isn't requiring that yet. So he's like, you know what? We're gonna test you out. We're gonna put this giant electrocuting head here on you that we've now learned is electrocuting.
He like goes. It's kind of funny.
Ostensibly.
He like goes into this glasses store that the Spectacular Optic or whatever is, and he's like trying on glasses. And I was like, hey, he looks kind of handsome in glasses. That's my note.
You should try a spider type.
He doesn't look handsome in the last pair he has on, though, right?
The Decadron one?
The ones that look like he put them on upside down, but apparently that's the design.
It looked like something Elton John would definitely wear, though.
I don't think anybody would wear. They literally just look like they were upside down glasses. Like they're supposed to be something Elton John would wear.
Maybe they're surreal glasses. If there was ever such a thing.
I think that would have been cool if they were surreal, but they kind of just look dumb as hell.
Super dumb. So he wears...
She's super dumb. I don't know. I thought I had something.
So he puts on this headgear that, like, he ends up hallucinating. They track it. They record his hallucinations just to see what's going on.
He fucking leaves.
Barry?
I'm not sticking around for this. Yeah.
Put this $1,000 helmet on your head. I can't deal with the creepy stuff that I put into the world. I'm gonna peace out, actually.
But
got glasses to sell, and then he sees Mickey.
Yeah, he hallucinates Mickey coming towards him.
Nicky.
That's
I did say Mickey.
You said Mickey.
No, I said Nicky.
You said Mickey.
I thought you were gonna say I said something else.
Drop Dead Fred.
No,
Mickey,
not
my friend.
But,
he's in the movie now.
But he hallucinates her there in the red Videodrome room.
Yeah, he says. The guy says too before. He's like, everything you're gonna see from here on out is like a hallucination. So like, don't worry about it. It's not real. We're just trying to track your hallucinations, basically. So we know he's hallucinating.
The only time we know he's hallucinating for sure.
Yeah.
And she ties herself up.
Seth?
I might have just realized something now that you mentioned that.
Mm.
Oh God. Oh
Are you
God.
okay?
Yeah, that's just. I already really enjoyed this movie. Spoiler, but that realization that Lucas may have forced onto me just now.
Wait, what did he force on you?
Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out later.
What did you force on him?
We'll talk about it later.
I just said that the guy said it was all a hallucination once you put the helmet on, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, but we've obviously you can't trust Barry Cherister. Barry Convex.
Barrister Cherister.
So he sees Nikki.
Stole that joke. Don't laugh too hard.
He sees Nikki. She ties herself up, and he just starts to whip the shit out of her, basically, in this Videodrome room. But when you zoom out, he's whipping a TV of her tied up in the TV, so she's feeling it through the TV.
Yeah, still like fleshy and everything.
A breathing television.
Yes.
Also, I wanted to mention, I said it during the movie, but I used to be prescribed Ambien, which is like if you're awake on that stuff, it's fucked up.
Yes.
I took one when we were at the Sussex house still. Fell asleep, woke up like 2 hours later. I don't know how I woke up on Ambien, but that was how my bedroom wall looked. So was breathing like
as
that.
Far as
like I've seen that exact. That's why it didn't creep me out or anything. Because it's like, oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah,
like I get it. Yeah.
For people with insomnia, just so you know, there are different Z drugs out there: Zolpidem, Zaloplan, things like that. Zolpidem is generic for Ambien.
Okay.
Some help you fall asleep. Some help you stay asleep. So Zolpidem, Ambien, is one that helps you fall asleep.
Right.
Although you probably should have stayed asleep longer, it is not one that helps you stay asleep all night.
And I've heard that it doesn't help you fall asleep unless you're actively trying to fall asleep either. Like you need to be in bed, closing your eyes, being like, all right, I'm making this choice. That was what the psychiatrist told me anyway when he prescribed it. Why did a psychiatrist give me Ambien? What?
It could still make you drowsy, but yeah.
A psychiatrist gave me
That's another thing, like with Adderall, you need to be
I would have preferred that, man.
That's the thing with Adderall, you need to be in a mindset to actually focus to do it. Like I remember once again at the Sussex house, you took Adderall,
and I organized all our cupboards, and everyone's like
alphabetically.
I had it alphabetically by food type, and they were like, "Well, we like to keep it separate for each of us individually.
Like this is my shelf, this is Garrett's shelf." Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I think it just
you didn't do anything about it. But.
No,
that shows your value of community, though, Seth.
Yeah, that's true because Armando and I definitely we don't worry about money too much. We both pay rent, and then besides that, it's like, yeah, I'll buy lunch this time. I have no idea whose turn it is next. So whatever food is in the fridge or in the cupboard, eat whatever you want. Though I think the only rule, and it's like a light rule, is if you eat everything, just replace it.
Sure.
If you finish a bag of chips, just go buy another bag.
Well, I remember you also cut up all the store coupons and arranged them by store and expiration date for us.
Did I?
For all of the restaurants in our area.
Nice.
All the hot meals in our area.
And you cleaned everything, which I came home from school that day and I was like, oh, all the hot meals in our area that just got to. I came home from school that day because every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I would clean the whole house because it was trashed every other day.
Yeah.
So I came home and I was like, oh my God, I don't have to clean today?
I like Adderall.
Could you imagine what that house would have been if I wasn't there cleaning it 3 days a week?
Or if I was a drug addict?
Well, I think also living in that house, all of us were so dry on money completely that we had no choice but to have our own things. Garrett lived off his student refund. Tristan had his mom send him stuff. Connor had his grandma send him stuff. Hunter was living off of student refund because he was doing his play. You worked, but you didn't go to school. And I worked and did school.
They wouldn't let me go to school.
You tried.
They said I was too poor.
Said he was too poor to go to college.
That's ridiculous.
We were supposed to be roommates together our sophomore year, and Seth just told me one day, he's like, so I guess I haven't made the decision yet, but the school just told me I don't have enough money to go to school, so I guess you're gonna have to find a new roommate, Brandon.
Yeah, they emailed me that. They're like, oh, by the way, you're not coming. Oh, this is news to me. I'm moving in the fall. I'd planned on that.
That's garbage.
What's next in the movie, though, before we get too far in this rabbit hole?
So as it zooms out further after he's whipping the TV, you notice he's not whipping Nikki anymore. He's whipping Masha, the gypsy woman that he's been helping.
Brandon, you can't say gypsy anymore.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're not supposed to. Shit.
Roma.
The Persian woman. I don't know. What is...
Romanian.
They're called the Roma people.
Are they?
Roma. Probably a specific subsect of Romania, which is probably equally rude to say, but it's not gypsy, so people are cool with it.
Okay. Well, after that,
midgets.
just then he wakes up in a bed thinking it was all a nightmare. And he's like, oh, thank God none of that happened. But as he rolls over, Masha is tied up, whipped, and dead in the bed. And Max is like, fuck, fuck, fuck. He calls Harlan over to take pictures of what happened in the bed. But there's nothing there.
He hallucinated it.
And I put
the lady.
Hallucinated.
I put a great note here is great acting from these two going back and forth as they like scream at each other. And he's like saying like, Harlan was like, I don't have to be here for you. Like, I'm coming in at this point. You're having me take pictures of nonsense. I thought it was superb acting.
That was pretty good.
But they're going to end up going to the office to see if Videodrome aired overnight at all. And what was aired? He was afraid it was his actions aired on TV as the producer of everything. And at work, Harlan tells him there that there's never been a Videodrome broadcast at all. And then he calls in, knock on the door, bang, 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 Barry.
Mr. Convex himself.
Big twist. Huge. Was not expecting it.
There was no pirate channel at all. They were pirating it just for Max to see.
Exactly. Harlan's been working for Barry. Well, for
we were
Max.
expecting that a little bit, though.
Yes.
That Harlan was kind of like an undercover guy.
No, didn't expect it at all, actually.
I said that to you like mid-movie. I was like, oh, I thought he was like a...
Nope, didn't expect it at all.
All right.
Nice
didn't
twist.
believe you.
You didn't believe me?
Nope.
Ass.
Well, Harlan's been working for Max for 2 years, but this whole time working for Barry to get Videodrome out so that they can use Channel 83 to broadcast Videodrome.
Yeah, essentially he was like, yeah, the people who watch your channel are like...
It's the people's weed.
Are like the scummiest, grossest people in the world, and they should basically die. He's like, but instead of that, we're going to brainwash them so they can be like, we can use them for good.
Yeah.
And then they can die, or some effect of that. And the way you do that is watching this horrific Videodrome broadcast.
And this part got weird because they tell him all this news, and then they whip out a new tape for Max, like this bloody tape, and they insert it into his abdominal gash again. Like that came back like a VCR. They insert a tape into him.
When was the Cold War?
The Cold War went a long time.
50s to 1987.
Early 80s? Oh, was it late 80s? I thought it was early 80s.
Yeah, whenever the wall fell.
Yeah, it was the end of the Reagan era, so...
Okay. The way they talked about...
the heat of it was like 60s, 70s.
The way they talked about turning people into... Well, using Videodrome the way they were going to use it sounded like how Americans kind of viewed the Russians during that whole span. And even today, honestly. It hasn't really changed, but like how we're hedonistic and leisurely and how we're going to use them to be pure and like direct and instinctual. And like the Videodrome is going to help us turn them into that.
82 would fit right into that timeline, yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking, yeah.
For sure.
Well, yeah.
French
he's Canadian, though, I guess.
They insert a thing into his...
I guess they were worried about it.
Yeah, a gash into his abdominal... or
the nuke could leak over.
A cassette into his abdominal cache like a VCR. And Max is hallucinating hard as he pulls out the gun from his gash earlier.
Is he?
And
he might not be. I don't know.
They might not be. And his fingers and guns turn into screws that like go through his hand, locking the gun into his hand and like becoming a part of him.
You were shaking your head, Seth.
I didn't like watching it.
The screw part?
Yeah, I was not a fan.
A little unsettling.
Body horror, gore.
Little body horror.
Seth's first thing when we're about to start this, like, you think this is gonna be gross? I don't like gross horror.
I don't like jump scares. I don't like gross. I just want psychological thrillers, which is way too much to ask.
Yeah, I kind of like gross. Sorry, I like gross a little more than like pure gore. You know what I mean? I like body horror more than gore, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay,
it does. It does.
The one thing, the things like I don't like horror, but like slashers, gore, like all those things don't do anything for me. Psychological usually doesn't scare me like a shit ton either because I love psychological horrors. Like when we're gonna get
it too.
we're gonna just losing at Candyland gets me heated.
That was your parents' psychological horror.
No, like The Shining.
Afraid of you
is
losing.
like The Shining. Like we'll get into it, but it is like a psychological horror.
Mm.
Like Get Out, Hereditary. These are all more psychological ones in a way.
I'm not saying they scare me. That's why I enjoy them.
No, they're amazing. But like the ones that
kind of scary.
But the ones that really get me are like ghosts and like demented children and shit with jump scares. Because then I'm like, I'm the biggest baby there is possible with a ghost with jump scares.
Oh, Brandon's worse than I am with jump scares somehow. I am with Lucas on body horror over gore, and that subtle but important distinction. Because gore, a lot of the times, and it's not for every film, but if there is a lot of gore, it's almost self-indulgent to the point where it's like they're doing it just for like for gore's sake. Like, it's not part of the movie or anything. They're just like, oh, check out how fucking sadistic we can be. Look at this, and it's trying to
Hostel, like the latter like Saw movies, because like the first Saw movie is a psychological horror film.
Yeah, but the ones after that,
anything after really 2 or 3, trash. I get it. So, well, this like gun thing forms. The gun's a part of him now, and Max makes his way into his office, not wielding a screw handgun, but goes into the boardroom, kills his 2 partners with a gun, and escapes the office. And now he's going to Bianca Oblivion.
It was a cool shot of him leaving the office after he executes his partner. It was a tracking shot onto the street, and then sort of
as he went through the window. Yeah,
it was pretty cool. And that's just like, even though this is like weird and gross and makes you feel spooky or whatever, it's still like, oh, this guy is still like has his chops as a filmmaker. He's just choosing to do this weird stuff.
And you could tell
he's still pretty talented at his craft.
You could tell. Oh my God, Theo's puffing up his beard. Look at him.
He's popping off.
Why are you doing that? There's no threats in there right now. Dude, chill out.
As opposed to the normal amount of threats.
Yeah. Well, he goes to Bianca, and he's ready to kill her. And she tells him Videodrome has programmed his brain to kill the last of the Oblivion family. And as he tries to kill her, he's walking through the cathode ray mission or whatever. One of the TVs pops up a video where Nikki is on there, and he watches Nikki die on Videodrome as she was used there just to seduce him to be a part of Videodrome.
Damn.
She was a part of it all along. Damn. And a TV morphs to show like a gun coming through the screen that shoots Max in the chest, and he falls clutching his chest as the TV itself turns into a chest and bleeds out of those bullet holes. I thought that was cool.
It's cool. What did it mean?
That him and TV are one. Just like Brian Oblivion said earlier. Like, the reality of TV as you watch becomes real in the real world.
They're different realities. That's why the TV, when it was shot, had different wounds, and James Woods was clean.
No, but like,
not shot at all.
But like, that's him as well in the other realm, the TV realm or whatever.
But they're not the same.
Maybe not the same, but he is there.
I think I took it as it was a hallucination, and then he kind of came back to the real situation. Because
Mike,
the situation. Then talk into Bianca afterwards?
I don't think he ever talks to Bianca again. He talked to her. Oh no, he does, because she's like, you're gonna go and you're gonna get rid of Barry.
Yeah, I guess it's like he turned. Maybe she's like blowing out the brainwash or something. Because he's like turned, basically. I wrote Bianca turns him, because now he works for Bianca. He works for the new flesh, essentially.
Yeah. And so he goes to Spectacular Vision, trying to stop Videodrome, and Harlan just put the bloodiest of bloody VHS tapes in his gash. And as he does it...
Why was there a Jamaican optometrist?
We no clue why there was a Jamaican...
Hey, you got surrealism, yeah.
You got this script, man.
I think it's part of the surrealism, because you're like kind of like waiting for like a spooky climax to happen, and he's just like, "Hey, man, you need some new glasses here.
You need some new glasses. You got this script, man. What's the grind?" And you're like, "What the fuck?"
I want to say it's part of the surrealism for a Jamaican optometrist to be this far north, but I'm also worried I'm racist for thinking that. So I don't know.
Sure.
Because, like, he's just living his life. you know, he's worked this hard to get into the optometry business, and people just keep making fun of him for his Jamaican accent, so he's never taken seriously. But maybe it is just a Cronenberg, like, you know, it'd be funny. It's 1983. Let's have a Jamaican guy sell the glasses in this fucking weird horror movie.
I love that you don't have any of that sentiment for me, somebody that's worked so hard to be a pharmacist as a half Hispanic man.
What leeway would I give you, Brandon?
And I'm super far north. I'm in Montana.
Brandon, what percentage of your clients do you have on a daily basis would guess that you are any percentage Hispanic?
Very low, but
Yeah.
like I've said on here before, that one woman passed by me and without hesitation went, "You're Hispanic, aren't you?" And I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You're Hispanic. And I was like, "I am." That's weird to shout out loud because
she could smell it.
Because you can't see it or hear it with Snedeker.
That's right.
Yeah.
Name.
Sure. Well, he does pull the bloodiest VHS tape out and he puts it in Max's gash, but Max closes up his gash on him.
Open wound fucks him with a tape.
And then he fucks him.
It's the fleshiest tape yet. And then something goes on inside the stomach gash because Harlan pulls out his hand and it's like gnawed off and gross.
It's
a grenade.
It's skinned, but he's also holding a grenade.
It's a grenade, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The potato masher German grenade.
I didn't know it was a grenade until this scene that Brand's about to
I didn't either, because you could hear a little clicking, but I immediately was like, "Oh, he's holding a grenade." Duh.
I was like, "Oh, is that a grenade?" And then it explodes, and he doesn't like fly into bits. He disappears.
He implodes.
Probably important.
He implodes.
Either implodes or disappears.
Sure. And so, Harlan's dead or gone now, whatever we want to say, and Max is in an optical showing of some sort, like this big conference room.
Yeah, because Barry Convex is like doing a presentation at this eyeglass convention.
He's presenting the Medici 2s or whatever, a new glasses line, and he runs up with a gun, but not the ordinary gun, a flesh-covered gun.
His arm gun marriage has further evolved, and now it's like a big giant fleshy tumor.
It's super infected.
Yeah, it is super infected.
And he runs, kills Barry inside, then erupts out of every, like, Barry, literally, like, every organ comes out of every orifice of his. And Max is now just leaves. He's like, "All right, my job's done." He ends up on some houseboat.
Well, and this is interesting, too, because he's, like, running away and runs to this houseboat. And the whole time he's, like, puts his hand in his coat because he's like trying to hide his like gross big tumor hand, but his hand is also fine the whole time. And then in a little bit here he takes his hand out and it's fine. So that's like another clue maybe for the hallucinating, not hallucinating debate.
That's that he might just be murdering people. Yeah,
maybe he's not. Yeah.
And so he's in this houseboat and he sees a TV, and on the TV Nikki pops on the TV saying she has learned a lot since they last saw each other, and there's a life after death.
Yeah, she's like, "I've learned a lot. I've learned there's a life after death, and it kind of sucks here." She's like,
"But you should join me so that we can do it together." So
he needs to fully transform into new flesh. His arm is not enough.
He needs to kill the old flesh. And Max watches on the TV as on there he shoots himself in the head. Basically, like, if Videodrome is real and all these things were pre-recorded and whatnot, in a way, if he's not hallucinating, it's also showing his future.
Yeah, he watches a recording of him getting on the ground and shooting his own tumor brains out.
Yeah, and so he walks up to a fire, kneels down, pulls the trigger, and you don't see him kill himself, but you hear a gunshot.
Hard cut. That's Videodrome.
That's the end. That's Videodrome.
Oh.
What's that sigh an indicator of, Seth?
I was just doing a bunch of theory crafting in my head, and I think I'm drawing more circles around the point than I am.
Yabula, baby!
What?
What's your guys' interpretation for the end of the movie before we venture on to our concluding activities?
I kind of think I already said something about it earlier, but maybe, I mean, there is a body horror aspect and some surrealism, obviously some surrealism to it all, but in a sense of like in 83 when technology was maybe just starting to erupt, that technology can kill you in a way in general. So
a lot of that. I liked how, to that point, Brian Oblivion's like, we're all going to have online names, and that's what everyone's going to call us. And then he's like, you're freaking right. We have usernames and Twitter, and I'm Gobnard.
Rat Boy.
Exactly. That's kind of
Rat Boy is a prime example. I mean, check out our Discord. We got Mutt, we got Gobnard. Is it, how do you say it?
Gobnard.
Damn. We got Raisin Brandon, we got Willy Wanker, Nacho Libra, Minty, M-Bone, you got Rock Hard Cumsock.
Still haven't figured out who that is.
We don't know who Rock Hard Cumsock is. I'm over trying to figure out people, so
yeah.
Whoever you are, just let us know. Like,
and then we have John.
And then you have John.
We have John? I don't remember John.
Oh, you also have just Kelly Tilson.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And you got, what was Magic Cactus. You got Mel the Turtle.
It's an odd crew.
It's very odd.
What about you, Seth?
I don't really know what message to take from it. I'm with Brandon for the most part.
Yeah, you are with me right here.
Yeah.
We are together.
Physically,
there
mentally.
Is some message of, like, not completely rejecting it, but it's like using the evil for good or whatever, because he gets Videodromed, and he's like this big tumor gun guy.
Dromed so hard.
And they're like, we have to use the flesh for good. You can use this power and you can evolve to the next level, but you can't be doing it to feed evil purposes, I guess.
See, I was just thinking about how maybe the Barry and Harlan characters were never real, and that Oblivion was the mastermind behind it all, because before they watched Videodrome, both Nikki and Max had both seen Oblivion on the television, so I thought maybe that was the perpetrator into their brains, what it was seeped into them. Because at the end of it all, like, it seems like he kills those two other guys. He kills Harlan and Barry, right? Sure. Harlan disappears. Barry starts, like, exploding. Like, his body starts cracking apart. Like, some unrealistic shit. When he kills his coworkers, that shit actually happens. And I thought that maybe Oblivion's daughter
you don't get to see their violent deaths like the other two. They were just shot.
They were just shot. They just died. So I thought they were made up. I thought Oblivion's daughter was like the mastermind of it all, because she shows the tape of Nikki getting killed, right? But it also is that same red room when he's hallucinating, quote unquote, in the fucking giant helmet. So I thought maybe he had killed her. She's using that to make him mad about some other shit. I don't know why she would have herself killed, though. I'm so confused by my own theory crafting.
There's some larger point, too, that I think is made pretty clearly across the movie, where it's like, whatever happens on the screen also actually happens. Like, that is a reality that becomes constructed because we saw it. Like, we don't know what the apparatus is. If we see something, it becomes real in our heads because we've seen it happen.
Yeah.
So there's some, like, blurring of what's real, what's not real, what's
and
reality when you see it.
We've talked about this a lot, is like the unreliable narrator, like what is true and what isn't. Like, our main character,
even regardless of that, because they do different perspectives between narrator and non. If you assume James was the narrator, because they do shots of him with his grossed up, gunked up hand that's morphed with his gun.
Morbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some scenes where he's just like, he's got a free hand, like when he's walking up to kill his coworkers, like he reaches into his pocket and grabs.
I have a question.
It's really just
for you.
seeing. Yeah.
So if, say, Barry and Harlan were made up, they were all hallucinations.
Yeah.
And you said like Nikki was, they saw Professor Oblivion in the talk show and whatnot.
Yeah.
Was she a subject of Videodrome as long as Max, or with the whole thing of like her in the Videodrome videos talking to Max, was she a part of it with the Oblivion crew?
When did she start talking to Max through the videos? Because it was post helmet.
It was pre-helmet. It was when
Is the helmet a big indicator for you, Seth?
It was when
helmet. It's a turning point for sure, because they go straight from that to him waking up with Masha, dead in his bed. So the in between that there's so much that could happen in between, or even if that helmet scene even did happen in his actual life.
The first time she appears on video is after Bianca gives him the tape of Professor Oblivion doing all that, because he kisses and like face shifts into the TV.
Oh, that's right.
So,
and he's like, what
I was just wondering what you thought about that. That's tough. There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
I think everything after he puts the helmet on is meant to be sort of a hallucination. But I also think that the movie is cursing us with the idea that even hallucinations, because they were captured on a screen, they become real. Like there's some semblance of reality.
That's good. Now. Like we are, in a sense, being videodromed.
With our YouTube podcast video?
No. When we're watching the movie, we are a subject of it as well.
That's true. That's kind of what was my submissive point when I was watching it so upfront and dominated by it in the dark.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That makes sense.
It does. Is it quotes, ratings, and review time?
It's pause time.
Yeah,
which is the same thing.
Yeah. We've extended the podcast length. Like usually we're done by now.
This is a very good film though.
I think
good to talk about.
Season 5, or whenever Seth has come on, they've generally been 2 hours or longer.
They've been the only one was there was one that was under 2 hours.
Right.
There was one that was under 2 hours, but when I edited it, it was like 1 hour, 2 hours and 1 minute or something.
Yeah.
With the clips, but that's fine.
And what was that, like Wicker Man?
No. That was still 2 hours and 7 minutes early on. It was one of the ones recently. But yeah, let's do some quarters and we'll pause and we'll just all come back and reconvene.
Okay. I've already paused, yeah.
I caught the laugh in there. Let me look at the episodes and see which one it was.
It might have been Gods Must Be Crazy. That might be right at 2 hours.
No way. I like that one. I would have talked about it more. It had been something I was really bored by, and I was just like, I don't want to be here. But that's never the truth, because I love hanging out with you guys.
Sometimes
it was Doll Man.
Oh, interesting. That seems like one we would have a lot to say.
It was when It was when Seth and I didn't get to watch a movie together for the first time.
My heart. Second time was dropped.
So I'm gonna look at the lengths of episodes, like the couple before you came on, and then the change.
I think the me and Brandon era was probably the shortest.
I'm not ready for this discrepancy. I'm gonna use the restroom.
It's just me and Devin. We had several that were in like the 120s and whatnot.
Oh really?
God, that was.
So let's see. All right. So after 50 Shades, Little Prince, hour 46, Velocipaster, hour 48, D Wars, hour 54, Spy Kids, hour 42. Little Nicky was 2 hours and 13 with Carter, though. We were.
Yeah.
And then Super Mario Bros. Was 213. Top Gun was 144.
We should have a best guest award next time.
I think so too.
Just winning it outright, even though she might win again.
Gus was 146, and then Seth joins. Leprechaun 217, Armageddon 238, Space Chimps 223, Space Odyssey 234, Mel only 209, Pokemon 246, School of Rock 231, Stealth 221, Willy Wonka 229, Dollman 201, Gods Must Be Crazy 227, Clifford 227, Without a Paddle 238, Aladdin 235, which was a 60-minute movie. The Celebration was 312. Transformers 238, Drop Dead Fred 252, Morbius 224, Spirited Away 240.
They're generally around 230.
So I haven't gone under 2 hours, is what you're telling me?
You have not ever gone under 2 hours. 201 is your closest. Lucas fucking died. Lucas, I was talking with Seth.
Yeah.
And there are 6 teams in the NFL. Well, after tonight's game, that could be 4-1. And it's Bills, Chiefs, Giants, Cowboys, Eagles, and
Vikings.
And 4 of those 6 are you, me, Seth, and Marina's teams.
Who's Seth's team?
The Eagles.
I didn't know that. I hate the Eagles.
So
I gotta check fantasy real quick to see if I'm still got my foot on Jordy's neck.
I think I beat Seth just because of Justin Jefferson.
I'm not out of the woods yet.
I am definitely out of the woods. Lamar Jackson only has 9 points for Seth.
I'm projected for 137. I think I'm fine. Mixon has 7. Andrews has 14. JK has 2. All right, I'll be fine. I'm sure.
Alex is projected for so many points.
Yeah, she went off.
So I'm about to be 4-1. Seth's about to be 3-2. Charles is going to be 2-3. Dustin's going to be 1-4.
What's my projected? What's my percentage?
Your percentage is 83%.
Okay,
but
that's all right.
If you do win, yours is the closest. Or no, never mind. James and Tyler is very close. So James is, if projections are all correct, you're 4-1. Jordy's 0-5. James is 3-2. He's 2-3. Tyler's 4-1. Darren is 2-3. Alex is 3-2. So me, you, and Tyler are top dogs.
And Seth. Oh no, he's only 3-2.
He's 3-2. Lamar Jackson in the third only has 9 points for you.
I'm 3-2.
You're projected for 106.
How about Jordy's ass saying he's going to go win the league the same time the Grizz win the national championship, and his ass
he's 0-5, but the Grizz are 5-0. So
this is what happens every year with fantasy. I go 3-0.
Oh, Lucas fucking died.
He died again, for real this time. I go 3-0. They lose 4 in a row every fucking year.
Are we starting up fantasy basketball? It starts soon.
Oh yeah. I'll get going on that.
Okay. Are you gonna give yourself the number 1 pick?
You guys can just join Chris's league. He's doing one.
But I got like 10 people already.
Yeah, we have 10 people.
Oh, I'll be in 2 again.
No biggie.
I might be in 2. I still have to message on that, but
How are we starting this bitch?
Jokic got to be the first pick. No, we're not starting this bitch. We're just going to into quotes. Gus. All right. Seth, are you ready? Or Luke? Not Seth. Seth, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Lucas, you ready?
I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm chill, bro. All righty. 1, 2, 3, play.
I want to yeehaw so bad every time
you
and not wait the 5 seconds.
It's so fun. I listened to that back and we're like, all right, we're gonna take a break right now, and like literally like half a second later, yeehaw! Like, and then Luke was like, oh my god, oh no, and then like he tries to recuperate and clap. It's like, what's the point of the clap? You already yeehawed.
Wasn't your plan to like let's sing a song in sync together so I know how to sync up the audio?
Yeah, bad.
Bastards.
Broncos country, let's ride. There's one of my technicians is a Broncos fan. Ooh, Seth might be getting a puppy.
Oh shit, that'd be awesome.
He just got a text about it.
Let's do quotes though. I feel really bad. I've been keeping your wife up late at night on Sundays lately.
Anyway, one of my texts is a Broncos fan, but she doesn't know about the Broncos country thing from Russell Wilson. So I just go up to her all the time and go, Broncos country, let's ride. She's like, what does that mean?
She doesn't know.
Nobody knows what it means.
That's my first quote.
But it's provocative.
It's quote time. How many quotes do we have?
Speaking of quotes, I have 8 quotes.
I have 10 quotes.
I have 6. I thought I had more.
Lowest
Seth,
number.
you know the drill.
All right.
We're starting.
First 3. This is like very beginning of the movie when his assistant's doing the wake up cassette tape. She says, time to slowly, painfully ease yourself back into consciousness.
That's how you wake up every morning.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. This next one is he's going over the geisha.
My quote.
dildo Asian porn in the boardroom. Yeah. The other guy besides Max is not tacky enough. And he says, tacky enough for what? He says, tacky enough to turn me on.
Oh, not mine.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I
hell yeah.
looked over at someone. I was like, "Are you taking that one?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, I'll stop."
Yeah. There's a couple we had to like parcel out.
Yeah.
Third and final one for now. Oh, he's talking to Masha after the belly dancing scene it's like a restaurant or whatever they're doing. And he says it's just murder and torture. I think it's what's next, talking about like television. And
The new vibe.
And she says, "Then God help us." That was a cool quote.
She was the only one who had any sort of moral standing, even though she was like lusting after the young waiter boy.
Yeah, who looks like shit. That guy was awful looking.
She was like, "That's my type."
I need to find a screenshot of him. He looked terrible.
A bit too old for my type. Yeah.
He had like pure black scruff and then like a very light brown toupee. It was horrible. I don't know if that's just what the 80s were like. Unfuckable entirely.
I have 4 quotes here. My first is one I thought Seth stole. It's when I think he was discussing the Oriental pornography. And he says, Oriental sex isn't natural, but it will give us an audience we've never had before. Which is an insane thing to hear.
I thought you were about to steal one of my quotes. Never mind. I've still got it.
I thought the quote was that Oriental sex is natural, though. Did I misread the subtitles on that?
Oh, I thought you said isn't. I didn't have subtitles, so.
I think you said it is natural, at least in the subtitles. But like the subtitles can be wrong too, so I don't know which one it was.
It's interesting just to hear, just shocking to hear it out loud.
Yeah, either way, really.
My next is from Brian Oblivion, and I think it encompasses the biggest sort of larger theme of the movie when he says the television screen has become the retina of the mind's eye.
Fuck you. Oh. I had that one and I wrote that down. I was like, what the fuck does that mean,
no, bro? He didn't take the cooler one, though. There's a cooler quote in there.
Brennan can have the cooler one. I just think that's like a very interesting thing and something I hadn't seen before in movies, where it's like what you see on a screen, that becomes real, because reality is only what you can make of it and what you see of it.
No, it's all perception.
I took two from his monologue there, and that one I just went, what the fuck are you saying? What the fuck are you saying, Kobe Bryant? Are you the same animal, but a different beast?
What the fuck are you saying, Kobe Bryant? You're welcome.
Thank you, Kobe.
But I'm the best. How many records can I sell? More records.
Interesting.
It's a good commercial.
It's a great commercial.
My third quote is, he's talking with
third quote.
What's the daughter's name? Bianca. He's talking with Bianca, and they're looking over her mission, and it's all like the homeless people watching TVs. And he goes, "I love the view," which is like really dryly funny. And then he's leaving again. He says, "I love the view."
That's good.
Yeah. And then my last one I talked about in the episode is, she goes, "Well, this is my dad," and it's just a rows of videotapes. That's funny.
My dad.
All right, my 5 here, because you took one. I think that's gonna leave. These are all my quotes from the movie. I have 3 from Seth and 1 from myself.
Oh,
I'm gonna continue with the trend of doing a myself quote.
I like it. I didn't think you'd have me quoted. Because this one is Spirited Away. I both enjoyed so much that I wasn't really trying to make jokes out of them.
I stopped myself from quoting you 3 more times.
Got a lot to say.
Apparently.
My first one is
take my
when they're watching the torture porn at the very beginning, after he like looked at the stills and whatnot, and they're whipping her on the wall. Max just goes, "What is that wall behind her? Is it clay or something?"
He goes, "Yeah."
He's very concerned about the wall texture.
He says white clay. Yeah,
white clay.
Electrified, probably. I was like, why do you know that? Oh man, that is foreshadowing. I'm just realizing.
Yes.
Electrified.
The television has become the retina of the mind's eye. You said that. Here's the next one from Dr. Oblivion. He goes, "Oblivion isn't my real name. It's my TV name. Soon, all of us will have special names. Names designed to cause the cathode ray to resonate." And it's just some jargon shit that I wanted to take.
Not wrong.
No, especially the special names part of it I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Because it's I mean, that's how people are credited anymore. Like, if there's an actor or actress in Hollywood that has the same first and last name of somebody who used to be famous like 50 years ago, you have to put an initial in it, or you have to initialize your first and middle name and then do your last name. Like, that's why J.K. Simmons exists. That's why, John H. Benjamin,
William H. Macy, Samuel L. Jackson.
All the middle names that they have to put the initial in there to differentiate. You have to have a special name like that to stand out. Yeah. So I really enjoyed that quote, the whole thing.
My next one is from Nikki. She just goes, "Take out your Swiss Army knife and cut me here just a little." I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Come on, man, just do it.
Fourth one here is, "What are you waiting for, lover? Let's perform. Let's open up those neural floodgates."
That was one of mine.
He took mine.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we all had
that was one that we didn't confer on.
No, we didn't. I just
it's
thought
weird,
it was really...
but it was like real sensual. I felt
It's funny because at the beginnings of movies, Seth and I are always like, you can have that one. But like when we're absorbed in the movie later on, we don't talk to each other.
That's when you know it's a good movie.
Yeah.
When we all have the same quote.
And then
I thought it was funny because she's like talking all sexy, like, yeah, let's perform, lover. Let's get it on. Let's open up those neural
floodgates.
Yeah.
I said one earlier that's not in my quotes, but I almost quoted, which was the Jamaican guy's like, "Oh, you got a script, man. Let's see that grind." And I was like, what the fuck?
What's going on?
But my fifth one here is when Max goes back to visit Harlan and he goes, "What's in the box?" And he goes, "Your head. I've got your head in this box." It was not his head.
It could have been. You never know.
Surreal.
Predates 7.
It does. By a number
Spoilers.
of years.
Seth finishes off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Theo's out.
I guess I only have 2 more now.
Yeah.
Dang, you took my very last one. So this is when it's the assistant / secretary, or I keep forgetting her name, but she's in, and he thinks she's gonna grab the Videodrome tape, so he slaps it out of her hands, and he thinks he hits her and all that. And she's like, "What's wrong with you?" And he goes, "I don't know, man. I think I'm getting a rash or something." Like that explains away all behavior.
That explains the slapping.
The apparently proverbial slapping and the actual slapping of the tape away. But apparently my ultimate quote, a one we already took earlier too, when he's talking about, he's in the taxi and it's Barry Convex talking about the company. It says, "We make inexpensive glasses for third world countries and missile guidance systems for NATO."
Yeah.
Which is, when you said earlier, but that's the exact verbiage on it.
Good bit of irony.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. My final 3, we did Let's Open Those Neural Floodgates. This one, Max goes to see Harlan, and he asks him, he's like, "Hey, man, have you been hallucinating?" Harlan goes, "No, should I be?" And he goes, "Yes, you should be."
You should be. Duh.
That's the normal thing.
Obvious.
My penultimate one, it's at the very end of the movie. I think it's before he kills somebody, Max goes, "See you in Pittsburgh." Blows their head off.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
And then the last one, which I think is the mantra of the movie, is "Long live the new flesh."
Yeah, I almost took that as well. But
Yes,
I didn't.
sir.
I figured we were going to say it a bunch anyway.
Right. Theo's going nuts. Okay, I've just got Seth and me quotes.
He's booling.
The first one I've got here is from Seth, very beginning of the film, intro credits, and Seth just goes, "What is this, 2001: A Space Odyssey or something?"
You took that one?
Yeah.
Zooming in all the shitty looking stars.
Yeah. The next one, I started off, I was typing a note, and I go, "Whoa, deja vu." And Seth goes, "Yeah, I get what you mean. Whenever I have deja vu, I will think, wow, I've had this deja vu about this deja vu before." And then I cried myself to sleep.
When did I say that?
When I had deja vu.
When you're asleep.
Apparently, yeah. Did that actually happen?
I don't know.
Hallucinated it.
My next one is when this is my me quote.
Like I should be.
When he rolls over in bed and he pulls away the covers and sees dead Masha in the bed, I just go, "Oh, Masha, Masha, Masha."
Yeah, he did a Brady Bunch thing and I laughed.
Oh, I don't know what that is a reference. Oh, Marsha.
Marsha. Yeah, pretty much. And
I think it's Brady Bunch. I've never seen it.
My last one is from Seth. Barry is shot and all of his organs are spewing out of all of his orifices. Oh, yeah. And Seth goes, now why would he do that?
You don't eat that.
They don't eat that.
I said that at some point too, but he was actually eating something, so it wasn't as funny.
Yeah.
It was when he was eating the paper sign that he told him to take down. He's like, I got you, boss. And he starts eating the paper.
Don't eat that. That's the end of quotes.
Quotes. You done? Quotes.
I done.
Quotes. Okay, moving on to the first of our R's. It is ratings time.
The hardest
Fellas,
R.
We're tied. Yeah, we're tied in the rating talk. So, folks, who wants to go first for Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter?
I think you want me to go first, don't you?
It's up to Lucas. He's in charge.
You can go first, Brandon.
Okay. Critics tomato meter?
Correct.
I'm going to go 74.
Okay.
84.
Okay. 74 and 84. You guys are exactly the same amount of close off. It is a 79.
78. No.
79, you idiot.
Oh, yeah, I am an idiot. 79. Dumbass. Okay.
But he wins because of Price is Right rules.
Nope. We're still tied.
Okay.
New host, new rules. And the loser has to buy a Subaru for a giveaway.
Oh, fuck.
I hope Brandon loses because I can't afford that. I can afford it, though.
Oh.
That's a terrible pun.
Ford
What's the
Fiesta.
next one?
That's pretty good. No, we won't have... What are we giving away? Have we decided yet?
Yeah, my mom... I can make some merch. My mom will help us out.
Go.
So we just need to decide what's going on. The hats, shirts, pants, socks, whatever we're doing. If we're just doing TGTBTM, if we're doing a logo, if we're saying Nicole Kidman here and it's on like a bracelet. We just got to decide what it is. We can give it away, and we got to decide how to enter the giveaway.
Do we have submissions in the Anchor voice messages?
We do?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How many?
4. I think 2.
Damn.
Let's go. Someone's going to be very sad they lost.
one person's going to be
put the effort into make a voicemail and they didn't win.
I mean, it's not a lot of effort, but
that's more effort than I put into this.
You did mention
and I'm on the
hydro flasks.
Yeah.
What if we do like off-brand Costco thermo flasks, which are a quarter the price?
I wouldn't buy a hydro flask. I'm just saying like a water bottle of sorts.
I'll buy a thermo flask. They come in packs of 2 for $20. And they're the same thing as hydro, just not the same brand.
Yeah.
Marina's walking around out there. Okay, that's what we'll do.
We just got to decide on what we want to put on it.
Exactly.
My mom's got a machine to make merch. How do you think I got my cat crazy. Is on a hoodie that I own.
Yeah.
We can do anything. We can do an
entire
logo.
So does Marina's mom. So we're set.
Hell yeah.
We got merch out the his hay.
Mom power. Audience score.
Am I starting again?
100. Rotten Tomatoes audience score. Yes, Brandon. Yes, folks.
I'm going to go 70, even.
I'm going to go 84 Seth? Again.
This time it is Seth. The audience have a 80%.
Let's go. Brandon's buying the hell out of that Subaru.
On the audience score. Kind of high. Pretty high for like a weird, sort of hard to get into movie.
100%. Yeah. It was like we've all kind of said this.
True.
It was good, but like general audience didn't know if they would love it. General audience.
Ostensibly 4/5 of them liked it enough.
Yeah.
Meta score. Out of 100. This is critics for IMDb.
Okay, out of 100, this is going to be lower. Critics are going to be a little more harsh than just a like or not
Seth,
like.
Go first.
Oh, shit.
7.2.
After I give all my
a 72.
Reasoning. Yeah. 65.
Brandon is the close one this time. He's pretty close. It's a 60.
Brandon.
Oh, 60.
Throw for me. I cannot afford to buy our listeners a Subaru.
Wait, this is the last one that decides it because we tied on one.
Throw.
It's audience score. IMDb out of 10.
Who's starting?
Brandon.
I'm not throwing.
Throw.
No, I'm not throwing.
Throw. I can't afford a car.
Out of 10.
I can't buy myself. So audience last gave it an 80. What was critic on Rotten Tomatoes again?
79.
79 and 80. 60 was Metascore.
I deserve this win. I remember all the scores.
You do? I'm going to go... This is rough. I've never had to play this game before. I'm going to go 7.2.
Fuck. That was my guess, and you knew it. I said 72 last time.
You got to do Price is Right rules.
7.3, Bob.
You got it.
Sorry, Seth. It's a 7.2. Brandon hit it.
No, you actually stole the win from me. I asked you to throw. I was gonna say 7.2 again.
Wow.
It was the perfect guess. I had it in my hands, man.
Wow.
In the palm of my damn hands.
We got to find the cheapest Subaru possible.
I can't even buy myself a car. What do you mean the cheapest Subaru?
We're looking for a 1970 beat-up Subaru.
Pissed.
We will
I'm
make Seth buy a Subaru.
Mad.
You'll get a
I'm
water bottle.
So mad right now. You would have had a car if Brandon hadn't been such a dickweed about it.
Oh, downtown Spook Boys.
I've never been this mad on the podcast before. This is like the closest I've been.
Oh, that's
I'm
why
pissed.
they call him Sneaky Snedeker. He swipes in at the last second. Anyways, fellas, what are we rating this movie? Brandon.
If you say 7.2, I'm leaving.
No, it's right at
of course.
Right at a 3/4 mark, 7.5. I did feel confused quite a bit during the way, but it was brilliant. There was a lot of great resolution, not grossed out by body horror. I think it really expanded the mind and made me think. Great movie, 7.5. No, 7.9.
7.9. He reevaluates. An honorable man is Sir Brandon.
Yeah, he is now. A little
Seth,
too late.
Seth, what are you giving this film on a lasagna scale? Out of 10, of course.
Out of 10. Ooh, that changes things up.
What do you bake in this lasagna?
What do you mean?
It changes things up a little bit. Oh,
Sure
man.
does.
I think this lasagna had a little feta cheese in it.
I love feta.
That's one of my favorite cheeses, if not my
Alex
favorite
hates
cheese.
feta.
Oh,
whoa!
That's very.
I don't think Marina likes feta either.
Very cringe partners you two have, and very cringe of me to say cringe still, but you know.
You said it 3 times.
I'm gonna keep doing it. Fail Army cringe masters.
fail.
I'm gonna say 8.6.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a very good time. I'm very confused by like reality and perspective, you know, just in general. And it's like, I don't know what's real. Like I know what's real and what's not, but at the same time, everything feels real in the same breath.
Okay.
If you know what I mean, like experiencing movies, television, music, my own dreams. It's hard to differentiate.
Deja vu.
Knowing what is real and feeling what is real are two different things.
Okay.
So what I felt in this movie was similar to ways that I've felt before, and I think it captured that emotion very well. So 8.6 at the lowest, maybe higher.
And Lucas.
On the lasagna scale?
Of course.
How is it baked?
I'm going to throw a 9.1 onto Videodrome.
Nice.
This was not as scary as I thought it would be, and possibly not as gross as I thought it would be. And it really, maybe it's just because I sat like an inch away from the TV the whole time, but it really hit me, and I really enjoyed it. This is a great movie. I thought the performances were cool. I thought it was unique. I thought Cronenberg's style was a lot different than what we normally see, what I've normally seen. Yeah, and I think all that uniqueness, while still maintaining like a tense atmosphere, is worthy of a 9.1.
I'm the rough critic here, but all still high scores. It's funny that like this we didn't find super scary. Spirited Away wasn't super scary. Morbius wasn't scary in any way. Birdemic 2 is not going to be scary.
Well, we haven't seen it yet.
It's not going to be. The Shining might be our only outlier in this.
Being actually scary.
Yeah. Because like last year we did.
It's probably not any scarier than this though.
Yeah. Well, last year we did Zombievers, not scary. Freddy versus Jason wasn't scary, but might have been our scariest there. Old wasn't scary, and Birdemic wasn't scary. So it's like
it's my favorite kind of horror movie.
We're nailing them. But thinking about, and it's funny because like we've rated a lot of the like Morbius was low, but thinking ahead, I'm guessing that you and I, Lucas, will rate Birdemic 2 probably pretty high. Seth might not, but
you never know. I give things 10s for like no fucking
and Devin
reason.
might not, but like all of our, if we rate it high, maybe all of our Spooktober movies will be highly rated except for Morbius, which got dog shit scores.
Can we swear?
It's in the cards.
Can we swear? You should hear the video clip that I have on my computer that has not been aired from Lucas over there.
Yeah, please don't air that.
Yeah, I won't.
We're not going to talk about it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we're not going to talk about it.
Moving on to reviews, so we can talk about something else.
Yes.
Folks, not only do I have critic and user reviews, I've got two notable reviewers in here who are not critics or users. Does that blow your fucking minds or what?
It blows my ass. It doesn't make any sense.
Not
like
a good analogy,
but whatever.
The first, who is not a critic or an IMDb or other site user, is from Andy Warhol.
Oh, shit.
Who says this movie is a Clockwork Orange of the 1980s.
That makes 100% sense. Like, he was all about...
Clockwork Orange not in the 80s?
No.
71.
Oh.
That makes complete sense because he was a wacky artist in general. It would
make sense if it was in the 90s. I'm so stupid. I was thinking Clockwork Orange is in the 90s. And he said it's the Clockwork Orange of the 80s. It didn't exist.
It didn't exist if it was in the 90s, yeah. Duh.
I gotcha. It is a very modern movie.
It should have had a V8.
Don't flick my forehead.
No, it makes complete sense with Andy Warhol.
And then the other notable reviewer I have is from David Cronenberg's mother, who said, I'm sure there's some kind of message here, but honestly, it's silly. It's bullshit.
That's pretty cool. That's usually what my mom says about our podcast. There's probably a message here, but it's bullshit.
That's what my dad would say about anything I ever make. In like a loving way, but he's still saying.
Sure.
Exactly.
I could totally see that. The mom's just like, he's doing a lot of stuff here. He doesn't really know what's going on.
I don't get it, but I'm sure it's cool.
You know,
he's doing this silly little...
It's not a phase, it's my podcast.
He's doing a silly little podcast. It's silly.
It is kind of silly.
All right. You guys ready for some critic reviews?
Yeah. You're getting good.
Beautiful.
In very specific situations.
Roger Ebert never formally reviewed this movie, but however, he was rumored to have said this when talking about Videodrome.
Tabloids.
Rumored Ebert is, the characters are bitter and hateful. The images are nauseating, and the ending is bleak enough that when the screen fades to black, it's a relief. Videodrome, whatever its qualities, has got to be one of the least entertaining films of all time.
Big Raj.
1.5 out of 4. I
and
like
again, that may have been a rumor.
Big Raj.
It's funny that the rumor is such a specific review, though, because it's like...
Sounds like him.
I'm thinking of like celebrities at a party, and they're like, you hear what Kim Kardashian said about Videodrome?
Sounds like Raj, smells like cheese. We don't know.
It's just a funny thing. Yeah. It's a funny thing to be rumored, like a critic review.
I heard you might have said that the characters are bitter and hateful. The images are nauseating.
One of the least entertaining films of its time.
He's ecstatic when the movie ended and faded black.
He said that?
He was rumored to say that? I don't. Maybe I might have a dream I had about Roger Ebert.
Was I hallucinating or not?
This is from the staff at Variety magazine. It's not attributed to any one of them, but Variety magazine says the film is. we're having a tough time with some specific reviewers, but the film is dotted with video jargon and ideology, which proves more fascinating than distancing. And Cronenberg amplifies the freaky situation with a series of stunning visual effects.
Okay.
Pretty lukewarm positive review.
Yeah.
Yeah. A light
that was
7.
In 2007. And Brian Eggert of Deep Focus Review in March 18th of this year, 2020.
That's me.
Lord.
Roger Eggert.
He said films like this rouse powerful reactions to their extreme metaphors and violent imagery, but then there's never been quite a film like this one. I think he gave it a 10 out of 10 stars.
Oh, damn.
Or hot dogs or whatever he does.
Oh, poor Theo. His
hammock fell.
He is correct in that it is very unique. I'm going to fix his hammock real quick. You continue.
Just me and the boy. Lucas and the boy.
Good movie.
Our spin-off show, yeah. All right,
Lucas, I don't get a name. It's just Lucas and the boy. I'm 26 years old. What do you mean the boy? Yeah, we're the same height, probably similar weight. I'm like a year and a half younger, maybe. I'm the boy.
You ready for some user reviews, boy?
Yeah, let's move on. I thought we were done with this bullshit.
This is from Leof Weindraka.
Let's hear the Leof Weindraka, Papa.
He says, script may have not...
Lucas and the boy.
Lucas and the boy. He said, script may not have as much dark wit or poignancy as other Cronenberg films, but it probes the mind at least and flows well. Much of the film is truly unnerving and makes one think twice about the future of media, the tension being there frequently. Cronenberg directs with a typical adept touch. The characters carry Videodrome. Max is a sleazeball and is a meaty one at that. The acting is very good, with the driving force being James Wood giving a lead performance of true veracity. 7 out of 10 stars.
Not bad.
Whatever's. Points.
Not bad.
Burgers.
Little Songbird.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wait. No, that was Little Songbird's review.
Was
You're
her,
never reading a,
was her review incredibly long and you had to cut it down?
Yeah, that was just like the last paragraph of it.
That's fair.
And it was like 5 paragraphs, probably.
So this is our boy, Leof Weindraka.
Okay.
But you knew that wasn't him. He says, wow! After the highs of Scanners, Cronenberg delivers a much different movie in which Baker's special effects merely complement the story. It's certainly one of Cronenberg's weirdest movies, considering that it involves kinky sex, bizarre hallucinations, and a national conspiracy to control the public. Yet these factors and more combine to make Videodrome a unique, compelling, and ultimately disturbing movie with a wonderful premise. 7 out of 10.
Another 7, but I loved that review. That was...
Buddha
that
Baker.
hit all my marks. Buddha Baker.
Yeah.
Our Mookie Award winner Snoopy Styles up next, having watched this movie 7 years ago.
I hope you have your dumb guy voice ready. Or is that a different guy?
Snoopy Style never has a dumb guy voice.
Who might
Seth often says he doesn't like Snoopy Style.
I love Snoopy Style.
He hates the little bluebird.
Little bluebird is the one I don't like.
That's true. This movie is filled with fascinating ideas, both visual and philosophical. It is out there surreal. It is uncomfortable and titillating at times. It touches on the grotesque and the immoral. The surrealism can get undecipherable towards the end. At that point, it's better to allow the weirdness to wash away any thoughts of logic. 9 out of 10 stars.
Okay.
Right.
Do respect Snoopy Style. His are always brief. You always take just the last paragraph there. Because the first one's always a recap of the movie, so it's just like copy, paste, done.
Yeah, and as Lucas said, he did win the Mookie Award, or Goonie Award, or Movie Award.
Batty Award, or...
He's a winner.
He's a winner.
We love him.
We love him. We stan a king.
We have IMDb user
Stana Kendrick
304823, who says in September of 2012, meretricious trash. It seems to have been made with the sole purpose in mind of making the viewer's skin crawl. There is some nebulous idea tacked on, something about television rotting the brain or something.
This sounds like a 17-year-old that found a thesaurus.
What score did they give it?
Oh, sorry, a 3 out of 10 stars.
What was the first word you said?
Meretricious.
I have no clue what that fucking word. And nebulous they threw in there too, because I was thinking the same thing. But meretricious? Oh God, get off your fucking high horse.
Yeah, we can't see you. Too tall.
You're too high. That high horse,
especially for Brandon.
Yeah.
Letterboxd user Death Proof, aka Lucy, says, quick question, what was this about? 3.5 out of 5 stars.
That was a quick question.
That was Letterboxd?
Yep.
And a high review for...
And I have one more review. Y'all ready for it?
Ready.
Letterboxd game. Letterboxd user Yijian says, experts in ancient Greek culture say that people back then didn't see their thoughts as belonging to them. When ancient Greeks had a thought, it occurred to them as a god or goddess giving them an order. Apollo was telling them to be brave. Athena was telling them to fall in love. Now people hear a commercial for sour cream potato chips and rush out to buy, but now they call it free will. Too many screens telling us what to do. It's no surprise someone would make a horror film about television and brainwashing, fear of the unknown, obsession, consume and be consumed. David Cronenberg's Videodrome is so convoluted there is no way to tell for sure what it's really about. It might just be what it looks like from the surface, viewing mass media from the lens of a phobic. Fear of having one's reality taken over by television, invisible radio waves, and subliminal messages seeping into our brains, undetected worldwide hysteria. Everyone seeks for freedom, not knowing the cost that comes with it. Death to Videodrome, long live the new flesh.
Long live the new flesh.
5 out of 5. As much random shit as they spit out, I loved that review. Like, that was...
Yeah, and it just made me wonder if New Flesh or Videodrome was the real antagonist.
Anyway, or if the placenta was the friends we made all along.
The placenta's not the friends we made.
My takeaway was the New Flesh is the protagonist.
Protagonist?
The hero, yeah.
Okay. He kills himself in the name of the New Flesh, so it's hard for me to be, like, behind that. But I do understand, just like objectively, that seems.
But like his actions are driven by New Flesh
and by Videodrome. He kills on both sides, so like, who's really righteous in that situation?
Yeah, but Videodrome is clearly the villain.
But clearly, like I just said, blood spilled everywhere.
Clearly, Videodrome is clearly the villain.
And you think about Videodrome, their mantra was like, we have to be pure and be human again, whereas New Flesh was like, our new flesh is the television. So who sounds like the, propaganda at that point?
Clearly.
Anyway, I looked up meretricious. It means apparently attractive, but having in reality no value or integrity. So yeah, definitely a 17-year-old with
ostensibly, yeah, the most ostensible.
I love the definition of ostensible is like probably, most likely, but maybe not. Who knows?
But whatever, we're chill, dude.
Ostensibly is so funny.
That was your last one, Lucas?
That was. So now, recommendations. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Absolutely. Wholeheartedly.
I hesitate to recommend this to the squeamish, perhaps.
I'm showing this to my 8-year-old little brother.
Squeamish? Yeah. The screw hands and the gash, maybe. But no, yes, I'm going to recommend it on the content of it in general. So
it's a weird little flick here, Videodrome.
The weird little romp we just encountered.
Oh, it's so cute. Let's finish.
So two recommends and a Lucas swarm. Ooh. That's not a bad joke. All right, that's gonna end it this week then.
I love telling a joke and looking at the guy next to you being like, not too bad.
Oh, yeah, right.
That's like classic dad's grilling.
And I said, that's the gabagool. Hey, and then he quotes And then he quotes him.
Self-aggrandizing piece of ass.
Garbage. That's gonna end it this week. That is Videodrome. Next week we've got the sequel from our most listened to episode as of right now.
Videodrome 2.
No.
Wow.
Electric Boogaloo. It's Birdemic 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. I can't remember what the caption to it is.
Seagull?
That's Birdemic 3.
Oh.
Seagull. As in
I thought the shush was part of the seagulls.
No, that's 3. I can't remember what 2 is, but supposedly it's
a third one.
It's even worse than
the
Resurrection. Birdemic 2, the Resurrection. So we got that next week. Devin says that he told us that he's planning on being with us next week. We have some things planned out. We hope he's on for the next 5 weeks because we've got Birdemic 2.
Birdemic 3.
No, we got The
Birdemic
Shining
4.
to finish off with the Downtown Spook Boys Seagull.
Seagulls.
And then we've got a Devin's Choice for his birthday.
Devin's Choice Awards. That's what they should be called.
We've got Even Dwarves Started Small,
like that,
which is a Lucas choice, and then finishing that 5-week stretch with Uncle Boon Me, which Lucas has been dying to wait to do with Devin specifically. So
could be similar to this type of deal, I think.
That was because I bought that movie on Prime so that we could watch it whenever.
Oh yeah,
and
that was
Seth, it was what was up next. He's like, "What is that?" And I told him, he's like, "That sounds kind of cute."
That's a wild one, I think, too.
So that's what we got
like the
coming
wild
up.
ones.
Wild Thing, who I always think is Coolio, but it's not.
It's not. Country
It's
boy, I
tone
love
lock.
you. So that's going to end it this week. That's our next 5 weeks. We hope you enjoyed Videodrome. Check it out. Salute. And we'll see you next week.
Gadoosh.
Love you. Bye.
Huh?
Just Chance the Rapper at the end of that.
Video
Broads
mode.
in Atlanta.
Did Marina watch any of it? Did she think it was crazy?
Yeah, she was mostly reading her book.
Giving me head while I'm watching
What?
TV. Call
She
that
was giving you
Videodrome.
head?
No, sorry, I didn't. I was thinking of a rap verse in my head. I didn't realize you guys were talking about Marina. I was trying to come up with a bar for Videodrome. But yeah, it came out. I apologize for how
Video.
that came across.
Video home. It was a weird one, wasn't it?
It was weird. It was
I
good.
loved it.
It was great.
I let it wash over me.
Crash.
I was surprised how well I could follow it, honestly. I thought it was going to be like way, way out there.
More confused by Spirited Away. And I was editing today. I did all my editing up to this point, except I had to find movie clips for it. And it was so hard to find English dubbed YouTube movie clips for Spirited Away that I ended up just signing into HBO Max and recording over the recording of it.
Oh, I didn't even think about how you would do. Yeah.
So I did that English version, and I found it was the Daddy and his credit cards one. And then I did the Yubaba one, which was like a more deep one where it's like the friends that you make a lot, like the people you won't ever forget them. You just have to think harder about it or whatever.
Baba, you Baba.
He, she, me,
Baba.
No, the one that Zaniba says to her. So I took those, but I got down a rabbit hole of watching videos about Spirited Away, and I'm like, God, should I watch this fucking movie again already? Because there were some like beautiful analytics about it, and I was like, I think I need to watch this again.
I texted you both about what my boss said.
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast about it, and there is like a bunch of Japanese lore and Japanese history and stuff that's in there that we don't even like.
Yeah, that's what we said. The culture aspect, we have no clue.
Which I would love to watch again, having known all that after.
Caesar boy, hi buddy.
Caesar boy. I gotta text this guy back about the dogs.
That's what we got.
I'm sending you these, Brandon.
Great. They're cute.
I think even dwarves started small is gonna be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun.
It might be too much fun. It might be dangerously fun.
We might need to get the bleeper out.
Start over the recording fun.
We've done it before.
Laughing so hard.
We've done it before. What are you gonna name it?
I don't know. Jeff.
Jeff, hell yeah.
Clint.
Oh, it's a puppy. That's awesome.
So, what kind of Subaru are you giving viewers?
I'm not getting a Subaru. We talked about it. I only have to buy a water bottle because I can't afford a Subaru.
Well, I can get the water bottle because I can't afford a Subaru.
You should get the dog named Mel. Name it Mel.
We should give him what?
Name the dog Mel.
Oh.
Melville.
So, how long ago was freaking Aladdin?
Ham.
September 5th. Ham. September 5th. So 5 weeks ago is when we did. Hey, honey. Yeah, we're done. We're just talking with Lucas. We're still video recording, but 5 weeks ago is when we recorded with Kelly for Aladdin 2, and we all set our bank accounts. What is your bank account now?
Why are you asking people this?
Just because he was talking about Subarus.
It's a running joke, I guess.
Well, he was the second. He had the second highest bank account at the time.
$89.90.
It still makes you the second highest. Hell yeah. You can afford a Subaru.
Yeah, because Kelly was like 88, I think.
No,
like,
hers was 5.
No.
And Devin was negative 71. And he was like,
I thought he was negative 5. She was 80.
No.
Oh my god.
She was 5 and he was negative 73 or something. She's like, I'll give you $5 if you guys send it to Devin if you guys kiss. And I was like, Kelly, that's your last $5.
She does it for the content, though.
She does. So you're
for
still
our
second.
Content.
You're still second.
Yeah, thank God I'm second to the guy with like $60 billion in his checking account.
It's not 60.
I feel great about myself. It's like being second to, I don't know, chocolate in an ice cream competition. You're a piece of shit.
I'm not a piece
and
of
I'm
shit.
very happy for you.
Lucas fucking died.
He's probably ready to go to bed.
Samesies. I gotta work in 12 hours.
Oh, yeah. Let me get out of here then. I'll get out of your
Oh,
hair.
hold on. We're still on the video.
Well, yeah.
I'm just about to send this last file upload.
Well, I don't know. I felt that I was talking
He's waiting
to the
for
dog
the.
guy.
He's waiting for the. He's waiting for the recording. Then he sent it.
He sent it.
There you go. I renamed it too.
It's funny because I told Lucas on our TV talk our next bracket, if we're doing it every 16 episodes.
A bracket.
We're gonna finish Christmas movies and then do our New Year's episode, and then we get brackets. So I've already been thinking about gags and tangents that we can do.
Yeah.
For them.
There's plenty every episode.
But when we have 64 movies and we do the top 5 and the bottom 5, there's a lot to choose from. Yeah. When we have 16 movies, best picture and worst picture is 1060. So 63% of our films. So we're gonna have to dig deep. Morbius, but worst picture nominee. We'll say it now.
The M word.
The M word. We forgot to bring up the 69th episode again.
I know.
Was gonna bring that up.
Too late.
Shit.
We're past it.
Next week.
71st episode. You're gonna bring up 69th episode.
Yeah, it'll be even more painful to all the viewers.
Exactly.
Actually, no, they'll know right away. Like, nice 69, because they'll click on it. And they'll morb out of their boots.
And they'll drone.
We should say 69th episode every episode.
We should. Welcome back to our 69th episode. Our longest running episode. It's been every week for a year and a half.
All right. See you guys.
Bye,
Goodbye forever, Lucas.
Morb.